episode title?
You can't see.
You can kind of see it.
Not really.
There
You're
we
just
go.
cloaked.
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the USS Curiosity. Its mission, to seek out new worlds and new life, to discover new horizons, and to boldly go where 4, maybe 5 or 6 other series have gone before, and to rehash all of their successes.
Yes.
All right, so welcome. This is Star Trek Curiosity, and someone write down at 33 or 29 minutes in is when I will start the recut of this.
Got it.
Okay. Last time on Star Trek Curiosity, two episodes ago, the Curiosity was brought together, all of its crew and its ship, this brand new flagship, the Luna S-Class, something that has not actually been taken into the field yet. You, in the prototype first edition, the NX model. You, Geezer, the pilot, not the pirate.
I mean,
we'll see how this chronicle ends. Lizzie, a fresh-faced recruit who was brought aboard and made Chief Medical Officer, or potentially Lieutenant Chief Medical Officer under the advanced hologram, played by Ken Jeong.
Mm-hmm.
Vareth, the science officer and first officer of the ship. And, of course, the backbone of operations, Security Chief Fallon Graves, who is a certifiable bald badass.
yes.
A CVB. And with that, you were joined by a motley crew aboard your ship, including a hunky Ferengi. And, he's actually not bad.
Yeah, Brent is a badass.
Yeah, Borent.
Badass.
Human! There is an apostrophe in my name.
Human.
Human.
Okay, Brent, whatever you say.
Brent.
Well, that's where the apostrophe is.
Brent.
Would you like to play with some pigskin, human?
Perhaps some Dabo. All we need is a Dabo girl.
I can be that.
It's true, you could be the Dabo girl.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Gambling is one of her focuses, actually.
That's great. And we have, of course, Captain Lovelace, who has been in charge of this voyage. In the second episode, the crew went out and facilitated a treaty marriage between a Vulcan, who Vareth was old friends with. Let the fanfiction decide what that means. And a Romulan. There was a number of plots, and it turned out that the Romulans were being framed by this Vulcan's father, who had a historic grudge against the Romulans from the series Romulan shenanigans. From there, the crew continued on their voyage, and as they did, the game ended with a little bit of banter back and forth, and a call from Lizzie down in medical saying, I think it was something akin to, Captain, I need you down here right now. We will jump into that in just 1 second. Before game, I just want to remind you all of one rule that you may have forgotten, because we're all new to this system, including myself. Vareth, I have 4 values for you. Know others by living as them.
Mm-hmm.
There are many truths. First priority is protection of the crew. Creativity is the other half of knowledge. Jezra, faster, lighter, smaller. It's my ship, Captain. Fast and furious, and some rules can be bent, others broken. That last one, I think, needs to be solidified because it's too catch-all.
That's true.
So I think, why don't we change it down to some rules? Think of how you want to boil that down, okay? Because the value should be it should be black or white, so you can turn it on and off and have disagreements with it. Lizzie, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Lead by example, support others and you'll be supported, and the Federation knows best. And Fallon, survival of the fittest, learning how to bury the hatchet. Martial arts will show you Ziwei. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Now, what I would like to remind you is that whenever you're doing something in alignment with one of your values, you can spend determination. Whenever you are doing something counter to one of your values, you can also spend determination, and I believe you get a point back for that as well. The point of that, you have to cross out that value for the remainder of the session and then change it because you're questioning what you hold dear, which is one of the things that makes Star Trek interesting as a series, because it's all about growth. So keep that in mind as we're playing. The way determination works, all of you have 3 points of determination on your sheet. You can spend those for extra cool stuff.
I believe I have spent one because I have an X through it.
So you regenerate that. It's a new session.
Oh.
So determination means that you take a die and you set it on the badge. You are considered to have rolled that. So it's 2 auto successes.
Awesome.
And then we're going to still fudge through the rules a bit. Season 1's going to be rocky. Season 2 is going to be where we grow the beard, especially Krista.
Yeah. I'm working on it right now.
It's coming in. You're going to be playing a dwarf in the LARP soon.
We'll get you a
Do we spend the determination
Yeah, I guess
before or
that's
after
fair.
we roll?
Basically, you spend the determination and then you go like that.
Can you do it after the roll or before?
I believe you have to only do it before.
Okay.
That would make sense. I guess like inspiration.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty loose about inspiration in my games. Like, I'd rather you guys succeed and blow through your inspiration than fail and be like, I should have spent it.
It is true. You know, what's the point in having inspiration at the end of the game, right?
Yeah, that's true. Then you just feel inspired, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so inspired for next session." So it's on page 83. I'm just gonna review that super quick. And determination, momentum. That's not useful. And then one final thing. So my book is falling apart, and it's brand new. I contacted Modifius, and they're sending me a new one. So we will have an extra session or an extra one of these to go around, and some glue will be put in here.
And yay, Modifius.
I like it when companies.
Yeah,
do
so
that for
you...
The shoulders do the right thing, or I'm just sitting funny. Or both.
But both.
So it says a bonus d20, so I'm going to assume that means before the roll because it counts as a bonus dice.
Okay.
But if it's a life or death thing, I'll allow it, basically. Because it's that last minute, like, no, because the Cardassians suck. Let's keep up with them.
I agree.
I have
Yeah,
always
the
thought,
Cardassian.
like, when I heard about Kim Kardashian, I was like, what? With, like, the ridges?
Yeah.
I mean, she'd be more attractive.
Beep, boop,
Be
boop.
more entertaining.
All right.
Alright.
On the bridge, you all hear the call. Yeah, can I get senior officers down here? Down to medical quick. It's Lizzie. And now you will play you. Lovelace looks at you all when you're sitting around the table in the what was that even called?
Ready room.
The ready room, not
Yeah.
the war room. Okay. Sitting around the ready room. Well, we better get to it. You race through the corridors, and soon will find yourself in medical. What do you normally do in... Which one's the medical one? I'm so good tonight, guys. There we go. Do we have a medical one? Is it this one?
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
maybe.
You arrive.
That was beautiful.
Oh, I think I knocked the camera, so just a little. I can erase it. I can fix it. There.
There we go.
No, else.
We're good.
Now you can see that the wall's red. There we go. Ah.
Success.
You rush into medbay, and as you do, Lizzie, what I would like you to do is the man on the table, the one that you recovered from the Kitty Hawk, is laying there. You thought that he was under sedation, and then suddenly his eyes burst open, and with a nearly feral look of panic, he began to struggle. Can you give me a, let's say, daring plus medicine roll to try to sedate him again,
Okay.
or to do whatever? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll probably try to sedate.
Where am I?
You're okay. You're in a safe place. Just hang on.
There are no safe places.
You are.
Let me up.
No, hang on. You're okay. I'm gonna try to sedate him.
Okay. So, would you like to spend any momentum, or
Oh yeah, I guess I will spend.
would you like
can
to
I
buy? You may buy.
I will buy 2.
Okay, so give me 3 more threat, please.
I was also gonna say, if we're just coming in, can I, help with the roll and run over and help?
Are we there yet?
You guys are just walking in the doors.
Okay.
This is happening.
Okay.
So, would you like to have the computer, like the medical?
Oh yes, I'll have him. I've forgotten what his name is.
So he is Dr.
Mark.
Dr. Mark.
Dr. Mark,
Because
right.
he's the Mark 5? Mark 4?
Mark 4.
The Mark 4, Dr. Mark.
Dr. Mark, assistance, please.
Fine. I rolled an 11. That's going to be 1.
Okay.
On his skill, he's definitely got at least 11.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, a
and 1
complication.
success.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to
Sorry.
take a complication. I'm just going to add 2 threat to my pool, please.
Okay.
I need more threat.
You
We're
do.
almost out already. Yeah, so I got 1 success from him, and a 20.
Okay.
So 2 successes.
So 2 successes. All right, so he will struggle against you. Let me up! Let me up! And the doctor will Dr. Mark will go, here you go, and will hand you over one of the syringes, and you will jab the med-ejector into his neck, and let me...
Yeah, sleep. It's okay. Breathe.
The doors will open, and you will see the 4 members of your ship's crew. Your senior officers enter.
Still holding you down. Oh, hey guys, how was the wedding?
Status update.
Better now. I thought he was sedated. Apparently he wasn't. But he's fine now. But thanks for coming so quick.
What do we have here?
Solid question. What do I know about him?
Why don't we find out what you figured out? So in the last game, why don't we say I'm going to give you 2 bonus dice on this just for extra time spent.
Okay.
Because we don't need to do an extended roll on this. What I'd like you to do is make me a insight and medicine roll, or reason and medicine if you prefer.
No, I'm better at insight.
Okay.
A 1.
That sounds good.
3 successes.
Okay.
Trying to think if I have anything that's applicable to this in focuses, but I do not.
Really, you don't have any type of what are your
I
medical
have
focuses?
trauma surgery, diplomacy, cultural studies, starship computers, and democratic leadership. I don't think any of those apply.
If you want to ever change any of those, let me know.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was trying to roll under a 15. I got a 12, an 8, a symbol, and an 18. So
Okay,
3 successes.
3 successes.
Oh, 4 successes, because that 1 counts as 2, right?
That's correct.
So
4 successes. Add 1 momentum to your pool.
Hooray.
You may spend that immediately for more information.
I will spend it immediately for more information.
Human male, 35 years of age, roughly.
Okay.
You'd say somewhere between 35 and 36. Very, very prime physical specimen. No appendix. Belly button, obviously a real birth, not a clone or anything like that. Not that that usually comes up, but you never know. Other things that you would determine, he is top physical form. You'd say that he has a BMI of around 7%. Very lean, very well muscled though.
Okay.
And quite a lot of... Actually, what strikes you as strange is while you're looking him over, and it's very easy to repair tissue damage. But there's something different about the way that his tissue damage has been healed. There have been a lot of... He has suffered a lot of damage in his lifetime. You could tell that right now. The biomass that you're reading off of certain organs, his heart, his kidneys, his lungs, have all taken severe damage from, it looks like, you would say blaster fire or blunt force trauma, but the repairs are made in a different way than you would expect Starfleet to make them. Almost like a synthetic biomesh. You're seeing actually, and you wouldn't have made that leap, except that you noticed that on his side, there's a healing wound. You'd say that it was probably made 3 days ago? 4 days ago, maybe? Just before you found him. It's a deep cut along his ribs. And this synthetic flesh placed on top, there's still a slight trace of it, but it's dissolving into the flesh, almost like the like stitches that we have today that dissolve in your mouth when you get your wisdom teeth out. It's a... Thinking about this from a medical standpoint, it's fast trauma healing and fairly inventive, kind of like how super glue was invented to heal wounds in Vietnam.
Okay.
Or Korea? I think it was Korea. Yeah, so in case you didn't know that, Internet, super glue was actually invented to seal wounds, and tampons were for bullet wounds.
Yep.
So, hey.
The more you know.
The more you know.
I'm so sorry, Mike. Apparently attacking my...
So Lizzie is working. So what do we know? And as she says that, she'll reach for her stylus, and it flies through the air and hits Cheezer in the chest.
I believe this is yours.
Thanks. Human male, 35-36, no appendix, definitely real birth, definitely seems incredibly fit, very top form.
I can see that.
Definitely something, you know, clearly very active. However, he seems to have sustained a lot of tissue damage throughout his life. And it's all been healed in kind of a weird way. Very interesting, but yeah, that's unfortunately all I've gotten. Anytime he comes out of sedation, he panics.
Were you able to get any strategical information from him?
No, not yet. I'm trying to figure out a way to bring him back and not have him
Did you get anything off of his comm badge?
No, not yet. I sent it off to engineering.
Well, let's see if they have anything. Lovelace Engineering. And who is our engineer?
Lieutenant Zyle.
Lieutenant Zyle. Who would like to play Lieutenant Zyle? Any of you?
Which one was...
Lieutenant is...
Tara Zyle. She's an Andorian.
Yep, she's an Andorian.
She's the one that was like under and like getting all like saying it's all broken like day one, wasn't it? Yeah.
You know what? I'll just do
Okay.
it. It's fine. This is Zyle. Do you have?
Go ahead.
No, it's your show, Lizzie.
Sorry. Lieutenant Zyle. It's Lieutenant Benedict.
Yeah, what of it? I don't know what Lizzie's up to.
No, that it is me. Hi.
Oh.
Sorry,
yes. Hello.
Sorry to bother you. Have you had a chance to look at that comm badge yet?
Yeah, I did.
Where
are you right now?
Med Bay.
1 minute.
Thanks. I guess we'll know in a minute.
A moment passes and the door is open, and you'll see Tara Zyle enter. Her face is covered in soot.
How?
And as she walks in the door, she'll throw a comm badge onto the table next to you that looks like it's exploded.
Oh.
You ever seen a comm badge with a dead man switch in it?
No.
Yeah, me either. Crap.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it didn't touch any of the important stuff. She'll run her hands along her antenna.
There we go.
Did you say that? Give me a threat. Actually, you know what? Every time you guys out of character quip, I'm taking a threat.
Okay, damn it. Okay.
Every time I do it, you get a momentum, though. So.
Okay, good.
Right.
Did you get anything off of it before it went off?
Bunch of Starfleet security codes. Actually, let me see what you got, because it went off pretty quick. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh ship. Well, I rolled a 20, and that's why it exploded. But I got a 2. So she'll get 2 successes off of that.
Do we get anything for that 20?
No, because she's a friendly.
Oh, right.
Technically, she would generate. I can either use the complication or take threat from it. It had some Starfleet secured codes. Like it's a Starfleet badge.
Okay.
What? It was trying to connect to the computer. I blocked it. I tried to reroute it into my data pad so that I could try to read what the code it was trying to upload, and then it exploded. It also melted my data pad.
I'm sorry.
I just replicated a new one. It's fine. It's a data pad. It's a thing.
Sorry about the boom. I'll make sure to look stuff over before I send it to you next time.
Is this the MacLeod who did that?
Yeah. Well, maybe it might have just been given to him. Maybe he didn't even know.
Perhaps I could take a look at the comm badge.
Sure, good luck. Hope it doesn't blow your ears up.
We'll take it on. Does this count as counter surveillance?
Yes, but it's going to be more difficult. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and assemble your...
I'll spend... I'm not going to do it here. Okay. I'm going to spend like an overnight to do it.
Well, I think the best idea now, Captain Lovelace says, is to keep him sedated.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to see if I can, if I have anything around here that can wake him up, but keep him calm.
Keep him sedated for the next day or so. We're still recovering from that last mission. Vareth, I'd like to have a conversation with you, and the same with you, Fallon.
Perhaps it would be a good idea to post extra security around this person.
Sounds like a fantastic idea, number one. Fallon, can you get some of your men down here?
Aye.
Good.
Should we maybe restrain him too?
Sounds like a good idea. Do you have any restraints here?
Of course. Walk over to the... I assume they're built in, yeah.
They
Press a
lash
button.
around him.
I think there's also like force fields you put around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that, like a force field around him so he can't move.
Great. Well, in that case, Vareth,
Yes, Captain.
let's have a conversation.
Of course.
And she'll walk off with Vareth. Now, the three of you, what are you doing back in the room?
Is there anything I can help you with?
Tell me about the wedding. How was it? I haven't been to one in so long, and I miss it. There's so much fun.
The wedding was
Sorry, you're still here.
okay.
Just okay?
I mean, it wasn't that exciting.
A wedding that's
It
not
was-
exciting?
I mean, it was between a Vulcan and a Romulan.
Well,
How exciting do you think that is going to be?
I suppose not, but isn't joining of two people in love not always fantastic?
Who says anything about love?
Well, I suppose if you are planning on spending your whole lives together, like, there's got to be something there.
It was a marriage of advantage.
Oh, well, that's fair. I mean, hopefully they at least learn to enjoy each other's company.
Eventually. But for now, it's... The marriage is there so that the Vulcans and the Romulans...
Both be louder.
Mostly just Mike.
Okay.
The marriage happened so that the Vulcans and the Romulans could start getting along.
Well, getting along is great. Getting along is great. I mean, that's a perfect reason to do that.
It's true, yeah. But, you know, it didn't put on for a very showy wedding.
That's fair.
Especially not by human standards.
Well, yeah, human standards are they're not too bad. But I'm out of character. It's Denobulan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I could pronounce it correctly. Denobulan weddings, those are fantastic. Oh,
Again at vertical.
So I've heard. See, the other thing is, like, for me, weddings aren't very exciting. They never have been. Trill relationships aren't like human or Denobulan relationships. They're very much just for function.
I suppose that's fair. I mean, everything has a function.
But Trills form relationships for procreation, not pleasure.
Well, that's also fair. I suppose, function is important, and procreation is very important. So I can appreciate that.
See, whereas I landed on Earth for the most part after I left home, so I take a bit more of a human stance on relationships.
So what is Fallon doing during this?
As we're jabbering away.
Probably contacting security to get someone to be posted here.
Yes, Chief, this is Gary. Gray, sir.
I need you to send somebody down here to medbay, and we're gonna post security here, probably 24/7 for the next little while, so give me somebody who's fresh and alert.
Sir, I woke up not that long ago, and I can be down there with Ensign This.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good. I'll probably relieve you in about 8 hours, but at least we'll have somebody down here.
Just watching the guy from...
Pretty much.
Absolutely, sir. I'll be right there.
Awesome.
All right. He'll make his way down, and he'll relieve you. So, speaking of which, as you're standing there, Lizzie, the doors go... And, actually, so you don't follow Trail Customs, as far as I understand. Gary Gray walks in, all swagger and handsome. And for those of you watching at home, let's show a picture of Mr. Gray.
I'd love to show a picture of Mr. Gray.
Gary
Our little
Gray.
dreamboat.
Yeah. Oh.
How's everybody
You
doing?
gotta flip it the other way.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Hold on.
Best show ever.
Yeah, Critical Role can suck it. I got wiggling pictures.
When he talks, you gotta somehow like.
I need him to have a Canadian mouth.
Yeah, Canadian mouth.
Hold on. I got this.
I don't think you can.
No, this is
No,
not gonna
'cause
work.
Layered.
Wait. Oh yeah. I forgot. I thought I was part of the other photo for a minute.
Ah.
Does he sound like a Canadian?
You over
Wait.
top?
I know how I can do this.
Put him in the background.
I know how I can do this, but I need.
Can we just go on with the game?
Do we really want to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I can totally do
But in the
this.
future, you gotta create a new mask that's just around your mouth.
There you
Put
go.
him,
And then you
put him
the mouth
behind
over.
us.
All right. So what I actually could do is I could do two of them, and I could crop him all the way like from
There you
here
go.
down,
I can
just
just wiggle
here
this.
up, and just have two of them. Just wiggle one.
What you do is you always sit in the same position,
Hi, guy.
crop out only your mouth,
Yeah.
and then you just
Put
paste
that
his
over
mouth.
That always creeps me out when
It's
I see
so
that on like talk
creepy.
shows.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Just layer him in
Crying
between
tears
the
here.
background and you. So he's behind us.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
We'll fool around with it later.
All right. No, I could do that. I could do that. Hold on.
Yeah, super easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
He can just stand in the background.
Oh, I think I just flipped to you guys instead. Technology.
You did flip us.
I did.
Oh yeah, look at us.
I'm sneaking up behind you,
Oh
Mike.
hey Gary.
Oh, hi.
Hey Gary, how's it going?
I'm feeling a little gray. Oh.
Lieutenant Gray, you have the best jokes.
Okay, so this is him right here. So I'm just gonna go. Boop. There we go. Ooh.
Oh, hi.
If
It's like you're in his arms.
If Vareth was here, he'd be like, "I detect extra hormonal."
All right, so Gary's right there.
Well, to be fair, Lizzie's
eyes
just right there.
dilated.
Lizzie's just
Did
nice
you
to
actually
everybody.
say that though?
No, he's
He's-
off
he's-
with
I
the
was there.
captain.
Oh,
Vareth's off with the captain.
oh, that's right. That's right.
Sir, I'm here to relieve you, sir. Oh, sorry.
No, you
I can
can't
almost-
get
I
his
can
heads
al-
too far.
I can almost do it. Sir, I'm here to relieve you.
He's not figure guns. That's the ensign.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. This is
Sir, here to relieve you, sir.
Perfect. I'll be out here real soon.
Is this
but
the malcontent?
This is the one.
Oh, he's not a malcontent. He's under sedation. He's clearly been
Listen,
through a lot of
Lieutenant, if
trauma.
he wasn't a malcontent, I doubt that the chief would have called me down here.
He
Look
just
at
gets a
him,
little
what's he
panicky.
doing?
He's
get-
taking a... Sorry, sir?
He's having a nap, but he gets a little panicky when he wakes up.
Hey, I'll make sure that if he wakes up, he'll have another nap if he tries anything.
Sounds pretty much perfect.
What kind of Starfleet is this?
Lieutenant Gray, I
It's
promise you
Lieutenant
that won't
Gray.
be necessary.
I'm just...
He's my prime
Look.
gorilla. What are you talking about?
Look, Lizzie?
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I've been a Starfleet officer for almost 5 years.
Yeah. I understand that, and I know what I'm doing. I'm the chief medical officer.
So just follow anything that she tells you to do.
Until we get to Deep Space 12, right?
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
So for now, you can take a chill.
I have no problem being under a woman.
maybe later.
Good to hear.
All right. And he will go and watch the prisoner, which had a picture of Tyler Hoechlin laying down in the background. Just him being like, hey.
That would be really funny.
All right. So, with that, what do you all do? Just you move back to your normal jobs?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be working and seeing if I can figure anything else about him. Search. I'm gonna run him through our databases, just like his blood type or whatever, fingerprints.
That sounds like a great idea. What I would really like is for you and anybody who's assisting you, which, for one, the security chief would also be really good at background checks with security.
That's true. Yeah. I will ask him to run through. I do have a specialty in Starship computers. I don't know if that focus. I don't know if that counts.
No. Well, what do you think? Starship computers? I mean, it is on a starship, so sure.
Yeah.
These are really broad specialties. So why don't we say that this is an insight plus security role?
Okay.
Because this is about security.
Command? No, that's okay. Security's fine.
Actually, you know what? Command, because he is a member of the Federation, so you can do that. And then, Michael, if you're there and would like to assist, should you ask for help?
As he's leaving, Commander Graves. Before you retire, would you mind just helping me do a quick background check of our friend here?
It's gone forever, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of interested as what his story is too.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll do that.
I have no idea where that went.
We'll find it.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
All right. So, Michael, what'd you get?
I just roll 1 for assist.
Yeah, just roll 1 for assist. And it's under your security and insight.
I got a 1. So
okay, so that's going to be
Is it a 1 or 2?
it's like the
Bad.
effect.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 successes. So that's 3 total. Fantastic. You may go ahead. So you can either ask me 3 questions, or so basically add additional information, or you may add some momentum to the pool.
I would like to ask questions.
All right. Ask me 3 questions, and I will answer you truthfully.
His name. Can I say name and position as one?
Absolutely. So you will be able to find that
Detail.
Yeah.
he is Lieutenant Elias Young. Hey, chat. Thank you, chat, for helping us determine that name.
We love to chat.
Okay, so we have Lieutenant Elias Young. I will ask my compatriots here out of character what questions I should ask, because Lizzie is smarter than me.
It might be good to know where he has served.
Find out his mission.
What mission he was currently on.
He died during the Dominion War.
Cool.
Oh, that's a great mission.
Yep. He died at the tail end of... Oh, actually, it would not be the Dominion War, because the Dominion War ended, and I forgot, we're in 93.
Mhm.
So he died in... Nero happened right after... When did Nero happen?
Sometime after, I think.
Yeah.
How many years ago was Nero? He died in a mission against the Jem'Hadar, regardless of whether or not the Dominion was there. So the Dominion technically counts. He was killed by a Jem'Hadar 4 years ago.
Jem'Hadar.
Yeah, I kind of took a little bit of liberty with the Nero timeline.
Yeah, we'll hammer it down a little more tightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
2387.
Interesting.
Yep.
Romulus was destroyed by a supernova in 2387.
So 6 years ago.
So that was 6 years ago.
Yeah,
he
we can
died?
say that he was killed by Nero 6 years ago. Then.
Okay.
So and that was kind of my original idea, but when I've been watching a lot of Deep Space Nine. The Dominion finally showed up, and I'm like, these jerks.
The good part.
Okay.
I mean,
Any
maybe.
other? Do you want to ask where he's from? I'm assuming that's something that would be easy. Either where he's from, or if he has any surviving kin, would be my or details of his last mission. What do you guys think?
Maybe his ship or his captain.
Who the captain was during that mission?
Or his ship.
What ship was
What
it?
ship he was on?
Yeah.
Okay. What ship was he on when he died?
Mike, what ship were you on?
I was on the Arizona.
This was the Arizona.
Okay.
There were a lot of lieutenants serving on that.
There were. I don't. It was.
The Arizona was a
74701.
Galaxy class.
It was an Akira class.
The Akira class are quite large.
Yeah,
Right?
they're sizable ships. They specialize as carriers. They have tons and tons of smaller ships on them.
Okay.
All right.
He was a science officer.
Interesting. Science officer. Awesome. Those are my questions.
I'll allow one more.
Oh. Do you guys have any suggestions for other questions?
Um,
I'm trying to think of what else would be in a Starfleet database.
You have his entire background. And that's where he's from. He's from Galveston, Texas. Mother is from Mexico City. Father was a scientist in Galveston, specialized in marine life. He grew up playing with dolphins.
Was this ship entirely destroyed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you saying this as you're finding it? Or are you just like looking it up and
I think that it's appearing on the screen in front of you and kind of just then you'll
And we're
see the
both reading
Arizona
it.
in bright letters in front of you. The camera will pan behind you, show the Akira class ship, and then will slowly pan around to show Jizra's face turn ashen and her lips kind of part in dismay. Yeah, like that.
Lieutenant Tykes, did you know him?
I didn't know him, no.
But
But that-
looking at him, the face doesn't look unfamiliar, but the edges are wrong. You remember, if this is the face you remember, it's harder, older, chiseled, not the soft baby face that you could kind of recall bumping into in the hallway.
There were a lot of the Akira the Akira class were the big ship. The Arizona had a lot of had a big crew. He's not unfamiliar, but he looks. He just looks a little different than I would have thought.
It's understandable. It has been a number of years, and he is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, and that was a really bad time when the Arizona went down. Yeah, that's.
Well, I suppose if that's what he's gone through, and he was supposed to be dead, and yet he's still here, he's clearly gone through a lot, and so I can understand why he's maybe a little touchy.
You know what? Excuse me. I'm.
All right, so Jeezer will exit the scene, and do either of you say anything to each other as you watch her go?
It's very understandable that she'd be upset. I
That
can't even imagine.
that may be the first time that you're hearing about that. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
sure if she would have.
She hasn't talked about it yet.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything about it.
To be fair, I feel like Lizzie's that person that like reads everyone's background and like knows that you were on it, but like doesn't want to bring it up, but
Yeah.
All right.
knows everyone's background and like where they've been and where they've served and that kind of stuff.
All
So
right. So the camera's going to pan as Jeezer as she leaves the room, and then we're going to cut. We're going to cut. Oh, is this the same photo? It might be the same photo. We're going to cut. There we go. Walking through the hallway, doing the walk and talk with the camera in front of them. Lovelace and Varith will walk toward the captain's chambers. Varith, I just wanted to talk to you. I'm detecting something really strange off you, number one.
I don't understand.
I'm part Betazoid.
Yes, but you should not be detecting any emotions.
You've got some strong ones going on there, buddy. What happened down on the planet? Or I guess on the moon.
I'll give you the full report, detail by detail, and
How honest are you being?
I'm giving as much detail as Starfleet's protocol will require.
Is this the counselor's room?
That's the ready room.
This is the ready room?
Yeah.
All right, she'll pull you into the ready room.
Okay.
That's a good report. Great. By the numbers, you crossed all the T's, you dotted all of the I's, and you left out a lot, I'm pretty sure. So why don't you tell me what really happened? To you. I know your background. I know that you were friends with both of the Vulcans who High Command had there.
We were, I believe, what you humans would call best friends.
And he didn't invite you to his wedding. I guess he did in a roundabout way.
I can understand certain logistics with not inviting me.
You damn Vulcans. You're so... Because you're looking at me with that expressionless face, but I can feel you holding it back. It's so frustrating. It's an itch I can't scratch.
I promise you, Captain, no matter what I feel, it will not interfere with my
Computer, play
mission.
some music. Look, if I'm going to be the captain, and you're going to be my number one, I want us to have a relationship. I want us to be able to trust each other, and that's... It's nothing personal. I don't want you to think that I have any problem with you, or the way that you do things. I just... I want to make sure we're on the same page. And I want to make sure that you're okay.
Of course, Captain. If anything becomes an issue, you'll be the first to know.
I hope so. What do you want out of life, number one?
Vareth will ponder that for a moment, and then he will say, as do all other Starfleet members, truth.
Truth. You sound like a man I once served under. He had this speech about truth, and Starfleet is about personal truth, and the truth, and so on. You know where truth gets you? Truth breaks your heart. Truth is hubris.
I understand that.
Do you know where that man is right now?
No.
Broken. On a winery in France. You know where we are? We're on the edge of the entire Beta Quadrant. And we're going deeper than people have gone in a century. Your homeworld, the Klingon homeworld, the Romulans, everything out here is so... It's the frontier. But not the crazy frontier like the Delta Quadrant, at least. I'm glad we're not going there. How about you?
I go where my mission takes me.
I can already tell I'm a dog person and you're a cat person, are you? Or you're more of a bird person.
I don't believe I've ever...
Have you never had a pet?
They're not required.
Required? Well, how are you with noise? If you had a choice between silence and noise, what would you choose?
I do enjoy some classical arts, some music, especially the Vulcan opera.
Ah, you're an opera. Do you sing?
Not for some time.
But you have sang.
I don't believe this pertains to...
Oh, absolutely does. It's a morale exercise.
Sorry. Couldn't stop. Couldn't stop. Okay.
It's a morale exercise. We'll have the senior staff and a couple people of your choice. Bring them in, and we'll have a little performance. I'll see who else can perform, see if we can get some backing vocals for you, maybe some instruments.
Captain, is this
Required? Absolutely.
an attempt at humor?
Always. I thought it was a successful attempt. But if you want to perform, I actually think that that's good. They used to do it on maritime ships all the time. Sea shanties.
I'm not opposed to the idea.
Well, we should do that sometime. Do you drink?
Occasionally.
What do you drink?
I have partaken in, and he'll give a surprisingly long list of not just Vulcan ale, but Klingon, Andorian. He's listed off at least 5 different Scotch whiskies of Earth, and he'll list off.
You had tequila last session.
Yes, he'll list off. What is the one that Scotty likes from the original series? I don't think he actually names, but anyway, he'll say.
Yeah, he just says Scotch.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Tell you what. She walks over to the replicator. Computer. 2 Kahlua mudslides. Extra ice. And a cherry on top. Maraschino.
Might I recommend to disable the synthol filters?
They have those turned on here? Great. Just what I'd like. Oh, wow, a little grainy. Oh, whatever. All right, computer. Yes. I don't have the voice. Krista, do you want to help me out?
Yes.
Thank you.
That is really good.
Nailed it!
Nailed it.
Wow.
Synthahol. Hurts me to say this. Synthahol it's impossible for me to say this, apparently. Synthahol filters off.
Synthahol filter is deactivated.
I'd like those mudslides now.
Yes, Captain.
So 2 malted glasses come out. Do you like coffee?
Yes, I do.
All
What I
right.
do.
Cheers.
Cheers, and then he'll click the glass.
It's incredibly sweet. It's got barely any alcohol flavor to it at all. It's all covered up by the sugar and chocolate.
Verith is going to eat it, and he's going to describe, not base compounds, but he'll describe
Flavor notes.
bitters. Yeah, flavor notes as almost from a detached point of view.
Okay, well, that's one way of doing this. What? That's interesting. Well, what do you think of the, flavor in an enjoyment scale? Is it?
I found it to be quite pleasing.
So it's good.
Yes, in essence, it's good.
I think I fixed it. Maybe. I don't know.
It's fine.
Okay.
About
This is going to be difficult.
the personnel in sickbay.
Yeah. What about him?
I'd like to spend some time with this comm badge. Perhaps I can find out why it had a self-destruct device attached to it.
Let's do it.
One last thing. I don't believe this is protocol, but are you familiar with the Vulcan mind meld?
I am.
if we are, if we do not have any other leads to the origin of this person, I am willing to attempt a mind meld with him to extract more information.
Let's keep that as a last resort. Freedom's important.
Understood.
Your mind's... A man's mind is his castle, right? And a woman's mind is dangerous, so watch your step.
I do not believe gender has anything to do with it.
You'd be surprised. But I think the Trill would probably be the right people to ask about that.
I suppose.
Well, thanks for the time. I appreciate it. And
We'll set up like a completely empty cup. It's almost perfectly clean.
Vareth,
Yes, Captain.
do you have any idea who that ship that was following us belongs to? The one with the Federation codes.
Database. There was no indication of, or no records of it in our Starfleet database.
You know what that means, right?
I can only wager some guesses.
Someone we probably don't want to deal with. Which means that it's either an enemy or someone beyond our pay grade.
What should our course of action be if we encounter them again?
Avoidance.
Understood.
Unless they come out directly, I don't want to deal with them. I don't like being interfered with. Freedom's important, like I said. Besides, I don't like overseers. Given your file, I don't think you do either.
I do believe we share the same view on this matter.
I want to be able to trust you. I
hope to earn that trust.
And I hope to earn yours.
I have full confidence in you, Captain.
All right, number one. Enough sweet talking. Let's find out what the hell's on that badge.
Understood.
All right. And hands to another part of the ship.
Commercial.
Yeah. Anybody need to use the washroom?
Good.
Cool. So this is the note that Mike passed.
This fucking guy.
Like, I'm trying. I'm writing down her. I'm writing down her values because I'm letting them kind of organically develop.
Good idea.
The thing that makes that even better is I wrote down this heckin' guy, and then I showed it to her, and then she put the quotations and Captain Lovelace.
So I have.
It's a joint effort.
I have her two values so far are the hell with protocol and freedom is important.
Nice.
Yes.
Which freedom is important is kind of a lame one, but yeah, my idea. And then I said, a man's mind is his castle, before I'm like, wait, I'm a woman, this sounds stupid.
So it's like Kirk as a captain.
Right?
Yeah.
Kirk as a captain, like Picard as like number one. Because he's very like lawful.
I just watched the episode today where Cisco, or where Luxada Troy, or Troy's mother, shows up on DS9 and is like sex bombing everyone because she has the fever, and like everyone's sleeping with everyone, and then like so Dax is going after Cisco, and the guy from the Bajoran, the guy who was almost Kai at the beginning, like
the hunky guy.
the hunky guy who his acting is, he kind of reminds me of Liam Neeson. A lot of like, he's kind of weirdly looks like Liam, but he's after Dax, and he's like, he basically tries to like beat Cisco up, and Cisco's reaction, he like punches Cisco in the face, and Cisco's like, "Oh, come on! I don't want to do this."
The best. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just love that Cisco's just like, "Oh, come on, man!" Like he just freaking decked him across the face, and Cisco's reaction isn't, "Ow!" It's, "I don't want to kick your ass."
The best kind of mirror between Cisco and Picard is how they both handle Q. if you remember.
I don't think I've gotten that far yet.
It's pretty early.
Does Q show up really early?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
doesn't
season
Q
1.
just be like suck at Q?
We're on a tangent.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, we're both on a tangent.
We'll finish up real quick, but basically,
You said
So I guess we get a
commercial break.
momentum for this.
Fair.
basically
You can start with them.
Picard has been like dealing with Q the entire series and like trying to explain to him blah 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 and use logic.
Yeah.
And Q shows up and pretends to be in a boxing match with Cisco, and Cisco punches and decks Q in the face. And the first thing he says is like, "You hit me. Picard never hit me."
And he doesn't say anything like, "I'm not Picard."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says.
Cisco really has kind of grown on me. I used to think he was really boring when I was a kid. And I was like, this guy talks about baseball too much.
There's
Which he does.
Cisco's the anti-Picard if you read more about him.
Yeah, I can see that. And then, but eventually he goes bald too, so hey. But then he gets
Anyway.
the beard. Yeah. All right, so welcome back. Bye, Slurm.
Correct.
Support us on Patreon.
What Charlie pick? Did you? Is that actually Charlie?
Yes,
Is it actually?
it is.
That's amazing.
Because the captain would have Galileo as a picture on the wall.
Oh, that is
What's he
amazing.
wearing?
That's so good.
bit.
It's scarf. It's from Canada Day.
Oh, I remember that. Hold on.
Oh!
Oh, look, I'm in the chair.
Cute.
Listen, Vareth. I think that we're going to. Let me just adjust here. There we go. I think we're going to get along well together.
I just like to point out that I have put an Easter egg in most of those backgrounds, and I'm
Even
not.
the hallway?
I'm not going to tell anybody what they are.
What's in the back there?
You're going to waste so much time looking.
Yeah,
for
let's
it.
go
Let's
on.
look at the backgrounds after.
Commercial
Yeah,
break's
yeah,
over.
Nope.
We bought Slurm.
We bought Slurm. Cases of it.
And I'll point out most, but not all.
I need to name these.
Vareth is gonna head down to the science lab, basically.
Science lab.
And
Nope.
he's gonna.
All right, you're walking down the science lab. There.
The med bay or the science lab?
The science
That's
lab.
Do I have a science lab as well, Mike? I think I just have the med bay,
Yeah.
which is great.
Sure, just med bay.
Yeah, med bay is plenty good.
It's different, but
I'll put it on the to-do list.
He's
Yeah,
gonna.
you got plenty to do. It's fine.
He's gonna put it on some device that's basically a reverse replicator. It's gonna read
Try
it.
to repair it, basically.
No, he's gonna read it like atom by atom.
Oh, okay.
Figure out the circuit steps and
All right.
pathways.
So you go ahead and do that, and you don't need to make a roll for this.
Okay.
The computer will start to automatically do that, but it is going to take some processing time.
Yeah.
It's going to take like hours to do this.
I'll just be like, computer, diagnostic mode.
diagnostic mode engaged.
Thank you. Time to completion, 27 hours. Geezra, back on the bridge. You take your space back as pilot as you're moving toward toward Deep Space 12, which is where you're supposed to be in Episode 3, but that didn't happen. As you're drifting through space at a nice casual warp 8. Yeah. I would like you to just make me a sensor roll. So this is going to be just checking sensors ahead of you. It's going to be con plus insight.
Have I left it to do its thing, or am
Yeah,
am
you left.
Okay.
So you're walking back to the bridge at this point.
Okay.
And you're on the bridge?
Yeah.
Can the computer help with this one?
The computer can help. Someone roll for a computer.
8.
I got 1 success, so 2 success.
2 successes. All right, so total. So as you're drifting through space, you, as you're not drifting, as you're zipping through space,
As we're bending space.
as you're warping through
Yes.
space. Here we go, endless voyage.
As you're flexing through space.
This is the best game ever.
I love this cast.
Me too.
As you're, I don't have hands because of the way I'm cropped. As you're going. All right,
Just continue that.
I'm sorry, chat. You make, so you got 2 successes?
Mhm.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to care about the music. Up ahead, You're noticing as you're warping space around you, there seems to be some type of disturbance up ahead. Several, and you're going to be up upon it in less than a minute.
Is the captain on the bridge? Or is she still in the ready room?
She is still in the ready room.
I am going to drop us out of warp.
Okay. As all of you are on the ship, you can feel yourselves depart warp. It's a slight tremor as you do, which is a little unusual for this class of ship.
And as I do that, I'm going to go, Jesus to the captain.
Lovelace here.
We've got a disturbance up ahead. We're less than a minute out. You might want to come.
Yep, I'm on my way. Vareth's going to be there first. Lovelace to Vareth. There apparently is something going wrong up ahead of us. Can you get an analysis? I'll be there in a moment.
Should be there momentarily.
And as he says that, the doors to the deck open, and Vareth will stride out. This one. This.
Might be the one right at the bottom.
It's probably, yeah, you're right, it is this one. That's the one I couldn't find.
There we go.
Vareth will stride out from that top. Up ahead of you. You pop it on screen, I'm assuming, and pulling it up ahead of you, probably 1,000 kilometers ahead. You were moving pretty quick, and coming out of warp, you came out just in time not to collide. It looks like an ion storm.
And Vareth just walked out.
Report.
Looks like we've got an ion storm ahead of us, Commander. It's on view screen.
Recommend raising shields.
Ion Storm, does it pose any threat?
Would you like to scan and find out?
I would like to scan and find out.
All right, so this is going to be insight.
I'm gonna take my station, this side station as well. So can I help? Yeah.
It's going to be insight plus science, and let's see. I would like, before you roll, I would like to spend 3 threat to raise the complication scale. So, if anyone rolls an 18 or above, let me know.
Okay. And actually, before we roll, if I see you taking your station, I'll be like, you might want to take point on scanning this. Your station's more advanced than mine for this.
Okay.
So I will assist you.
Okay. Does the computer help?
No, only one person can help,
Okay.
but I will give you 1, because of the tangent, I'll give you 1 extra dice for momentum.
It's a success for me.
Is it surveillance?
What's that?
I'm just holding up the numbers
Oh,
of
okay.
dice.
This will...
I've got Starship computers and surveillance.
do you guys think this would count as surveillance? What do you think?
No.
No?
No scanning.
No, this would be like science scanning or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, is there a different skill for that?
Most likely. But yeah, surveillance would be like eavesdropping on people.
Yeah.
Or like, or...
Do you want to change it to like scanners?
Yeah, I'll look that up. We'll do that another time.
Yeah.
I've got 2.
2 successes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got 1.
Yeah. 3 successes.
3
Did the
successes?
ship help?
No, it
No,
was just
you,
me.
you can only have up to 2 people. And any complications? Well, that was a wasted bunch of threat.
That's okay.
So scanning up ahead, you can see that the it's actually not an ion cloud; it's a gamma cloud. It's an ionized gamma cloud. It's just a bit of radiation. Looks like probably residual star matter, a pocket of gas in space. It could yield some interesting effects if you go and sample it, but nothing your shields can't handle.
Doesn't look too interesting there, Commander. Just some ionized gas.
Sorry, butt dial.
What was she doing for combat?
Oh boy. Oh my.
That's not her combat then. That's someone else's.
Yeah, looks like just an ionized gas cloud. we might be able to get something interesting if we actually enter it, but otherwise it doesn't look too interesting.
How long will it take?
God, it's only 1,000 kilometers away. Like a couple minutes,
Yeah.
maybe. You know, we can be there within about a minute.
A couple minutes should be an acceptable detour.
Very well. And she will move impulse power up
All right.
to 3/4.
All right. So you will
Three-quarter
slowly drift into the cloud.
Where's that 3D model?
Oh,
Oh, that's fine.
it's in the
It
closet.
It is hidden.
You will make your way over, and as you enter the cloud, the view screen is surrounded by swirling emerald energy. I would hold up something green, but swirling energy it's like plumes of beautiful clouds made of emerald dust everywhere. They glow and seem to almost sparkle of their own volition, incandescently, bioluminescently.
Can I make a scan on properties?
Yes, you may.
And I will assist with that.
Is this reason?
This could be a reason, yes.
Okay. Which one did I roll?
The front two.
Okay. So I got 1 pass.
And you got one for me.
Okay, 2 passes.
2 passes. Scanning, you can see that this looks like... It looks like the remnants of some type of explosion that happened quite some time ago. A natural one. Like,
Of a planet or a moon or?
looks like something actually incredibly rare. Pair of comets collided. The chances of that happening in a universe as big as this one is like a needle in a haystack and a needle in a haystack touching tips when those haystacks are in different states. This is very, very interesting, actually.
Commander, are you reading this?
Yes.
Looks like we
Recording
got
it.
something fairly interesting here.
All right, what do we have?
I do believe a pair of comets have collided and made a debris. Analyzing the structural.
That's weird.
Isn't it?
All right. Looking at it as well, you can see that it's actually quite a potent gamma cloud, and the ionization is what's causing all of the light effects that are rippling off of it. However, as you're looking at it, your systems are going to light up, and you're going to see that your shield power is slowly lowering. You're at 95%,
Captain, we're down to 95% shields.
93%.
And they're dropping rapidly.
Status update, Vareth. Do you have enough info? 90.
Have I finished my...
This is interesting, but you
analysis?
think probably.
Okay. I recommend that we continue on our journey.
Can you get us up to warp from here?
I'll have to back us out of the cloud first.
All right, impulse at full.
And she will reverse
Sounds
out.
great. So you're going impulse. I'd like you just to make me a quick con plus finesse roll. Or pardon me, fitness. No, not fitness. Con plus control. And before you do that, would you like to buy any extra dice?
You know what? I will.
All right, that sounds great.
I will. I will buy. That buys me 1 extra dice.
Cool. I'm gonna spend that to raise complication
Ooh.
and add 2 more. No.
Oh, 2 more in?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 more. Thank you. So, please, here come your 18s.
And can the ship help me with this one?
Sure, I'll roll for the ship. All right, that ship rolled a 6.
That's 3 successes on me.
Is that 3 successes? Fantastic.
And you rolled a success as well?
I did, yeah.
And 4 successes.
4 successes. All right, so you're going to punch it, bringing it up to impulse and swinging the ship around. And as you do, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Can you throw another point of threat into the pool? Cool. As you move around, everyone, do me a favor in a second, and your left. Okay. All right. You back out of the cloud, and you can see shields. Shields seem to be stabilizing, but then all of a sudden there's a lurch.
I can't do that without smiling.
Okay. Oh god.
It's ripped a hole in reality.
Let me know if my conversation ever explodes. I'll just hop over this table and do a somersault.
There you go.
Please don't. That would.
Just dive
Yeah.
across everybody.
The lights flicker above you, which I can almost do. Amy, can you come here and flicker the lights?
It's crucially important.
It's crucially
We
important.
need
Hold
a
on.
red light that goes on. Oh goodness, oh goodness.
Yeah, just flicker.
I think we just
Good
got
enough.
destroyed.
That was the best thing ever. The lights will flicker and impulse engines will drop to 0.
Captain, I've lost engines.
What the hell?
I'll come running up.
Are we clear of the cloud?
You are clear of the cloud, but now you basically did a backwards J turn, and now the Curiosity is continuing to backward, drifting in space in a circle.
So, Captain, we've lost engines, but we have cleared the cloud.
That's something at least. So
For
long,
now.
Yeah, well, so long as our power systems and everything goes
Are
red
comms working? Beep beep.
Oh, yeah, comms are
between each other.
Separate? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, they're not connected to the power on the ship.
What? And then the alarms die off. Would anybody like to check to see what's happening with the ship?
Yeah.
All right. So who's going to be primary actor on this?
What are we rolling for?
You are going to roll. This is going to be, let's say, insight and engineering.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Actually, maybe get the ship to help. I'll continue to see what this thing is doing to
All right.
our
Ship
shields.
failed.
I got 1 success.
You got 1 success?
Yes.
Looking down, you can see that there's a number of problems with the ship right now. All of the major power systems, starting with the engine, something went wrong with the engines and caused a domino effect overload that has crippled the power systems. It looks like only life support remains on. Even the critical systems, like communications beyond the main hub, you can't send outgoing or subspace.
Captain, it looks like we've pretty much lost the entire power system.
Well, damn it.
Lieutenant Zyle, I was about to call her.
Okay, cool.
Beep beep. Lieutenant Zyle?
Ah, what the hell was that?
Ionized gamma cloud. Where do you need me?
Ionized gamma cloud? That hasn't been a problem for almost 200 years!
Your guess is as good as mine. What can you do to help?
What can you do? Give me an ice pack.
On it.
Ow.
I will run and get an ice pack.
So you grab an ice pack, and as you're running, you will receive a chime over your comm badge. Oh, thank you. Hold on. So you
Scared Chief.
this is Gray. Ow.
What's up?
I think my arm's broken.
I'll be right there.
No, bring as many people as you can.
What's happening?
Ow. He got away when the lights went out.
Ah, crap.
That doesn't seem possible. It's only been maybe an hour
Yeah.
since you sedated him.
I get. Do I run in as he's leaving?
So you will run. You are basically, this is happening right as you're running to go get that ice pack.
Okay.
Can I use my advantage security detachment to do a wide range and say, everyone on deck?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a body search. And that body's still hot and moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Graves, the captain says. I need you to secure this. I want you to take a team. Yeah, what is it? Look, I have too many NPCs. Zyle, do you think you can get us back up and running? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. This is just... If it's an ionized gamma cloud, it's damaged our power systems. I can get us up and going in about maybe 2 or 3 hours. I could use some extra bodies down here, though. Especially, you know, tall, handsome ones. Or pretty ones. I don't really... either way. Over.
Captain, I can assist in engineering.
Do it. Can you escort her down?
Hi, Captain.
You'll hear over your comms. Captain, it's Zyle again. I'm noticing there's one system that hasn't been damaged. Which one is it? It looks like the holodeck's up and running.
It's a holodeck episode.
Can you freeze the program or terminate the power? Not at the moment, sir. There's just too much going on. I wouldn't want to mess with anything. It could kill the life support systems, and then, well, I can't breathe without air. I don't know about humans. I've heard no. That's enough sarcasm. It really wasn't sarcasm, but okay. Arguing with yourself on camera is very fun.
Captain, I'm heading past the holodeck on my way to engineering anyways. Do you want me to stop in and investigate it?
Do I want you to? No. Take Lizzie and Vareth and get Fallon get Graves in there too.
You got it, Captain.
The 4 of you should be able to sedate and capture if he's in there.
Yes, Captain. On it. And you'll receive a chime. This is Lieutenant Giza. Can you please meet me at the holodeck?
Have I reached the med bay by now?
You are at the med bay now, and you can see that the place. You can see that Gary Gray is pulling himself off. His shoulder has been dislocated. He's got a big black eye and a bloody lip.
I'll be there as soon as possible. Lieutenant Gray, are you all right?
Guy kicks like a mule.
Oh, let me see your arm. I'll grab a wad of something and be like, here, bite this.
What?
Just bite it.
Why?
Trust me.
Why?
I'll grab his arm and I'll
You don't need to roll for this, so you'll hear...
He's metallic. Yeah.
Ooh, got that in nail. Hold on, you'll hear as it resets or...
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like we just welcome to the Foley episode.
We know what it sounds like.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
There we go. That's closer. Hey! It's like chiropractor on a cat. Have you ever done that with the bottle? You're like,
Yeah.
so good.
Yes, I will pop it back in place.
All right. Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Dr. Mark, assistance, please.
How can I help you?
Stop him bleeding. Thanks. And
He's
I'll run.
not going to die. You'll hear as you rock out the door.
Hey, you, stop
I'll come
bleeding.
back.
Kick me in the-
Regardless, I don't like blood all over my bed bay. Thanks.
Who's med bay? Excuse me?
I will head toward the holodeck.
Kids these days. All right, bite into this. This is gonna hurt. What? Clip. It's just a black eye. All right, so nope, that's not it. Running down the corridor. Hey, it worked. Running down the corridor, you will meet each other in front of the holodeck.
I'm there, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the G's grabbed you.
Yeah.
Fallon, are you bringing any special equipment besides your Type 2 phaser?
Yeah. No, that's and tricorder.
What program is it
usual.
running?
Can I see what program it's running?
Would you like to roll to find out?
I would.
you may make me a control plus engineering roll.
2 successes.
2 successes. It looks like it's no program that you're aware of. Actually, you can add one momentum to the pool.
It's not running any program in the library.
It looks like it's a custom made one. And it's using software you actually aren't aware of. It looks like this holodeck, much like several of the other things on the Curiosity, is new. A new model.
Yeah, it's not running any program in the library.
Is the safety protocol still intact?
Are the safety protocols intact?
Do you think so? Like, it looks like...
I think so.
Can we double check that?
Yes, you
Can I
may.
assist in that?
Is that
yes.
the same control
It's going to
engineer?
be the same roll, yeah.
Sorry.
That is no success for me.
That is 2.
Nice.
So what I would like you to do is, can you please put 8 threat back into the pool?
Okay.
Can you not?
Back in here.
I still have one. Is there one more? I thought I had 9.
That's 8.
Okay, then let's put all of my threat back in the pool.
Oh my god.
So you're spending all of it?
Because I have the power to do that.
Ooh.
All right, the hallway opens up into empty space.
So we're all
stuck
dead.
The plot is about to change.
So as you, I love that rule, by the way. I can do anything I want if I spend 2 threat per player. So you're looking at it? No, they've been disabled. It doesn't look like it's unlethal though, but it does look like you might get the crap kicked out of you.
Looks like safety protocols have been disabled. Not entirely, but mostly.
Anyone that goes in there better be packing a phaser.
I'll have grabbed mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to. If you're doing a manhunt, you've got
Yes.
a phaser.
Balance security, I want 2 people posted at holodeck immediately.
Absolutely, sir. This is Ensign Erin. I'll be right there. And with that, the door will hiss and open in front of you. And
No, wait. This is the holodeck doors.
And you will enter the holodeck, which doesn't look like. You'd think it should be this one.
There is. Yeah, there you go.
Is it so no program is on?
Was that?
No program is on?
I just wanted to show the.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I just wanted to show the image. I actually don't have an image for what we're doing, so I'll just put the bridge back. You know what? I'm going to leave this up just to kind of imagination.
Yeah.
And this is where we will take a bathroom break if anybody needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thank you all for watching. This has been a funny episode so far. It's hard to get used to this system, and doing the different filming style is unique. But we're going to get better at it, and you're going to love and support us.
We're pushing boundaries here.
Speaking of which, you want to love and support us a little more, don't forget that we now have a Patreon. I know, it's shilling, but what am I going to do?
Speaking of boosting, let's boost
Let's
into
boost
the holodeck.
into the holodeck. Yeah.
As you go through the doors of the holodeck, wooden doors, chug, 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 on either side of you, and you find yourself in an Old West saloon. At the bar, you can see a man chomp down on a cigar. And if you walk in, everyone turns, and it
We
goes
didn't
silent.
replicate outfits.
Do you decide to replicate outfits?
Yup.
So what do you say? Computer?
Computer replicate correct era clothing.
Muscles.
And suddenly you have bustles. You have bustles.
Oh god, yeah, they got an old.
They're
dress.
gonna put you in a hoop skirt.
Yeah, this would be like a corset and a hoop skirt.
You're like. So Jeezer is suddenly spilling out of the top of her dress.
Kind of glad I'm not joined right now.
Man in black.
You're the man in black, and you're probably wearing what? Dudley Do-Right outfit, basically. Like the
An RC and B.
no, like the white cowboy, like the all white hat.
Oh,
The plaid
Sheriff.
The sheriff outfit.
The duster.
And
I'll look down and I'll be like,
I'm swinging my muscle.
you can see that there's a man who's just happily playing on the piano. There are a lot of people dealing cards. Well, that's a fancy doodad you got there, says a gold prospector who walks up to you. That's a fancy doodad. Can you find gold?
what does the scanner say about him?
He's a life form made of
Hard
sheer
light?
Yeah, he's a hologram.
Okay. But nothing strange other than that.
I'm
Or nothing strange at all, I guess.
yeah. it's
Okay.
just-
He's a hologram.
he's a hologram, and he's been programmed to be a prospector.
Okay. I'll just
And to have not
logically
very many teeth.
have no response because there's no reason to reply.
Is your friend here hard of hearing?
Yeah, he forgot his ear horn at home.
Ha! What?
Did you forget your ear horn at home too?
Hold on! And he reaches into his bag, and pulls out an ear horn. And what'd you say, pretty lady?
He forgot his ear horn at home.
Well, shucks, he can have mine.
Oh!
And he tries to stick an ear horn into your Vulcan ears.
Right hand grab it, left hand Vulcan pinch.
All right, go ahead and make me.
Hologram. He doesn't have nerves.
But he'll respond.
react.
Right?
Make me a reason plus security roll. Or a fitness, your call.
Reason plus security. All right.
What'd you get?
Got one success.
What was the? Tell me if you ever get a 20, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you will. You sweet buttermilk pancakes! And it's going to collapse onto the table. The entire.
Yeah. Does everything just like stop?
Yeah, no. Everybody just looks at it, but he hits the table and it dumps a bunch of mugs of beer. One of the mugs of beer is going to slide, and if I had thread, it would totally land in someone's lap, but I don't have any right now, so be sure to buy it. Oh, hey, look at all that thread! It's going to fly across the bar and land in the lap of the biggest, baddest man in the saloon.
There's like a whole fight scene with everyone.
And you suddenly... Who spilled this beer?
Oh gosh, mister, I'm so sorry. It was my fault. I tripped this nice old man, and I'm absolutely so sorry about it. May I get you a new one? Can I roll for that?
Yes, you may. Can you give me a... Ooh, let's say this is going to be
I
a...
love this.
No.
This is going to be control? No,
Okay.
presence plus command.
I am going to help with this because boobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Lean forward.
Amazing.
Plus one boobs.
Presence plus command?
Yeah.
That is 2 for
Nice.
me.
One for me.
One for you. All right. You may,
And that is 2.
you may
for
add
me.
one momentum to the pool.
I do have diplomacy as one of my focuses.
As do I.
Do
and
you?
I rolled under my command.
Did you?
Yes.
So,
So
four.
it's not under your command. It's under your... Wait, is it?
You
Oh,
said
yeah,
presence
you're right. It is
command.
command. Sorry, I thought command was the attribute because I'm still getting used to this. So
Yes,
that's going to
that's
be
4.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and you needed 2 successes, so add 2 if you already did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're so quick.
So Jeezer leans forward
We're
as
so...
I bat my lashes.
So sorry. Can you please forgive us?
Well, I mean... Yeah, it ain't no thing. Accidents happen.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Y'all new around here? You aren't polecats, are you?
No, but we are new. We just came in.
What's
So you're not all gonna be at the cat house later?
No.
No.
Well, y'all got a place to sleep?
Well, not yet. We just rode in today.
You feel like doing any more riding today?
You
All
know,
right, what are we doing?
I'm scanning for non-hard lights.
All right, there we go. Would you like to deck this guy?
No, I'm probably going up to the bartender and seeing if they're selling cigarillos.
Man behind the bar, close-shaved hair, dark skin, looks at you. We absolutely are. What's your make? What's your model? What's your flavor?
Give me something that the house prefers.
We prefer Havanas.
Perfect, give me 2.
Yo, slap them on the counter for you.
Reason and
I'm gonna say
science?
insight and science.
2 successes.
Okay. You didn't want to spend any of your momentum?
Sure.
I just want to keep reminding you, you guys have momentum. Let's spend it.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So in that case, you were going to scan around, and we'll see that there on the other side of the wall,
How far?
10 feet, a back room. It looks like either private quarters or, if you've ever watched any Earth history or Earth movies, probably a back room game of some kind.
10 feet that way. What kind of reading am I getting? Life signs of
Human. Elevated blood pressure, elevated pulse.
I'll say,
Do you want me to take point on that?
well, he's here, right? Yeah. I'll say, well, if you volunteered that, then I'll say, yes.
I will walk up to the door. Is it like a door or is it like a curtain?
It is a door.
Is
A
it a door?
wooden door with a brass handle.
I will open the door.
As you put your hand on the knob,
Put a hand on my phaser.
one of the dancing girls will come over with a giant feather plume coming out of her boxed hat. Listen, lady, I don't think you all want to go in there. There's nothing but trouble and death behind that door.
Oh, and why do you say that?
The fights that go on in there.
Oh, really?
You don't want to go in there. It's blood sport.
Oh, well, that sounds simply fantastic.
We already checked that command functions don't work, right?
Beyond getting clothed, no. Doesn't seem like.
Yeah.
So, just as a, this is what they always do in the hologram shows. Computer, in program. Obviously so.
Access denied.
Okay, good. So
Something that you have to do at Star Trek on a
It was
hologram
take a
episode.
momentum for that. Take a
Yeah.
momentum
Oh,
for
yay.
playing into the plot. All right, good. All right, good. Access denied. It's your funeral, little missy.
And we found the safety protocols to be lowered, but not completely.
Not
disabled.
completely off, no.
Okay, so it won't kill you, but it'll hurt you.
Oh yeah, it'll hurt you bad. All right, so who's going into the door first?
She will open the door.
As soon as you open the door, you hear and the sound of meat. The sound of meat slapping on meat, fist pummeling bone. Grunting in the center of a ring, you can see that there are 2 incredibly muscular men fighting each other. Their shoulders and back are reddish brown, burned by the hot southern sun, and they are stripped down to their waist, stripped down to their pants, which are rolled up to the upper calves, barefoot. They swing around, punching and striking each other with as much ferocity as possible. Do you go into the room?
I will, if you do, I will
Yep.
follow, and I'm going to point out the person that my
That's
chocolate is
exactly what I was going to ask you.
pointing. Yeah.
Over in the corner, you recognize there's probably about 5 people in this room and the 2 fighters. The 2 at the back of the room, you can see, one man at the back of the room in a black hat looking out at you from underneath the brim. A coal at the tip of his cigar being the only thing that illuminates his face, and in the dim light, as Vareth points him out, that is Elias Young.
How's he looking? How's he?
A little more grizzled. He looks like
Does he also have a costume?
he has a costume. He looks very much like it's high noon. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Says one of the cowboys flanking him.
Oh, just thought you boys could use some company.
Room's closed. You mind stepping on, little lady?
Stepping on. Or you could step up.
What does that even mean?
This is like another guy, right?
Yeah. He's still sitting there in his chair.
As commander of the Curiosity, I'll need to take you into custody. Please come with us.
As a quick sidebar, I have stayed out with Beef McGee,
Okay.
whatever his name is.
No, that's McGee. That's
Sorry. You can be Beef McGee. Whatever his name is. Ted. And I'm gonna flirt, and basically say, like, you know, me and my friends are here. There was a gentleman that stole all of my goods, and we think he's here in this bar. My friends are looking for him, but I don't know if they can handle him. Would you mind staying with me in case he runs out?
I suppose I can keep you company.
I'll sit on his lap.
I was about. Oh, good, because
Yeah.
he will actually be quite surprised because he was just about to make some lewd reference to sitting on his lap. I was literally about to say, well, it looks like we're all out of chairs. Luckily, you know.
Oh, and she'll.
Before he even get.
Yeah.
Well, ain't you a cozy folk? And then we're gonna cut back to this room. What if I don't want to go back?
We only wish to know. We only have some questions for you.
Questions? I have a question for you. How fast do you draw? And the cowboys are going to reach for their guns. The men in the center who are fighting, kind of between you all, are going to look back and dive to the floor. And you'll hear, even outside, a tumbleweed is going to roll across the fighting pit.
I don't know if I can still do it.
And in the distance you hear, a hawk will cry. Alright, men. Reach for the sky. So it's the two of you in there.
Phasers.
Can I sleight of hands the phaser to widespread?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Well, does it have a widespread setting?
Oh,
Phasers generally do.
Do they?
I don't think they do.
It's like
I don't think types is type
Type
1.
1s do.
Type 1, smallest design, it can do...
at least in the shows they have done it.
So it's got charge, which does... Oh, that's how many charges it has. Prepare a minor action. Oh, yeah, so you can change the area. You have to spend a minor action to do it.
Okay.
So basically that'll be it. And so they reach down. Draw! And what do? You two have the initiative.
Stun is what I was gonna do.
Well, I mean, they're holograms, so...
But I thought, is the guy sitting there also drawing?
No, he's just sitting there watching.
Oh, okay.
The two cowboys flank and draw. Their pistols come up. You see them come up in slow motion almost to your eye. You draw? All right, so I want you both to give me. So you'll be able to attack two of them if you charge. And you, Mike, if you spend a minor action to flip the switch, you can make it do more damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go after the cowboy that's in my face.
The cowboy? All right.
Calling me a little lady.
I mean, that's what they do.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
He ain't never been a lady like this, though.
So intense does... Nice. All right, cool. So you can do that. So go ahead and give me daring plus control.
Daring and control?
Yep.
Those are both attributes.
Oh, sorry. I mean daring and security. You can also use.
Can I use control in
Yeah.
security?
Yeah, sure.
Hold up.
I'm gonna buy some threat.
Thank you.
You can use a. Oh, okay.
Do you want to use this, or do you want to?
No, I want to buy the threat.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do
For
more
two
stuff.
extra dice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, is it?
You get 2 dice with 3.
Ooh, can I do that?
Oh,
I've already
yeah.
rolled.
You can spend your momentum. Spend your momentum and your threat.
Oh, I only meant to buy 1 extra dice, but I'll buy 2 extra dice.
Yeah, do it. All right, so you can roll.
that
You can
was
roll 2 extra ones.
Control and security.
Yep.
That's 3 successes.
Wow, that's a really bad roll.
That is 4
2
successes.
successes.
2? What's that?
4 successes.
All right. So with this many successes, what you're going to do is you're going to roll your security rating plus 2 for a phaser type 1.
So that's the security plus 2.
Security plus 2. For you, Mike, because you cranked yours up, it's going to be security plus 2, and for each effect rolled, you do additional damage.
So that's these ones, right? So you roll that many
Oh,
of
okay.
these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
how many do you?
So,
I need
so that's
5.
1.
That's a 1 effect.
So 1 effect and 1 damage.
Yeah.
So then you can spend your effects to do things.
Oh.
2.
Wow, that's lame. 2 damage. And the blanks are nothing, right?
The blanks are nothing.
Okay, so yeah, 2.
All right. However, let's not forget, where is... Hold on. The momentum chart. So, real quick, you got 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So you can spend... So you have plus 3 momentum.
Okay.
But you can spend this on the action. I'm just looking up the table.
And because I use the intense on the phaser, how many extra dice did I
Every
get?
time you roll an effect, it does an extra damage.
Oh, okay. So I didn't roll any effects.
So
Do I get 1 as well then?
yes, you'll get 1 momentum on top, and you're attacking 2 people at once, though.
Yeah.
I might get 3 momentum.
And I'm just looking up the momentum chart. It should be on your pages too, because you should have the charts there. Come on! Oh, here we go. Nope, that's Starship Combat.
Momentum.
Yeah.
Additional
Should be
bonus damage.
Yeah, you can.
1 equals 1 damage.
So
you can use
so
all
Mike,
those
you
for
can
extra
spend
damage.
all of them to do 3 extra damage.
Yeah, so I'll spend those to do...
Now, is it damage or dice of damage?
Plus 1 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did
After a
5.
successful attack.
Oh, but you can also spend them to re-roll failed damage, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, sweet.
You roll damage.
Oh,
yes.
so I will re-roll the 3 blanks that I had then.
Yeah, so you can spend 1 moment. So spend 1 momentum to
for-
re-roll, and then spend 2 for just damage.
Oh, okay.
So then you'll get plus 2 damage, and you'll get a re-roll.
So yeah,
Okay.
there's
So if I spend 1, I go to roll all of them?
Yeah, all the failed ones.
Oh, shit.
Oh, really? Oh,
Oh,
cool.
so
That's
I
pretty
still have,
sure.
So we still have 1 more momentum in the thing then.
Reroll any number of A from the current attack.
Wow.
Oh, so I got 1 blank. I got 1 more, so 3 damage and an effect.
Okay, so that's and then you spent 2 into damage.
So
Yeah.
5 damage.
So that's
So
that's 6 damage.
6 damage and an effect.
And what effect would you like to make it? So an effect is basically you can have it be knocked down. You can have it just him be stunned.
Yeah, I'll take stun,
All right.
and that's an extra damage on the effect, right?
Yeah, just having the effect does an extra point of damage.
Okay, so yeah, that was.
That's like 7 points of damage.
That's 7 points of damage.
And an effect, and that's just knockdown or stun. Stun.
Stun.
Okay, and how many did you get, David?
2 hits, 2 effects.
Okay, and
So
what would you like
4
to?
damage.
Okay.
And so I spend 1 to do like a stun,
Yeah.
and then the other's extra damage.
You can spend the effect on. You want to spend the effect on extra damage? I'm trying to find out where the damn chart is.
Yes. Here.
What page is combat on? Okay, 172.
And meanwhile, you're just out there sitting on Buff McGee's lap.
Yeah.
Falling, damage, making an attack.
That's funny.
Here we go. So momentum spend. So I've got that.
If this guy runs. That's him. Tackle. That's my idea.
Where do you spend?
I was like, I can't do that. Yeah, I can.
that.
So I spent one of them to reroll. The other one, I'll just do extra damage. They have weapons, right?
They're reaching for pistols. Yeah.
Well, that takes 2 effects. Is it what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
So these are momentums. What page are you finding the?
178.
That's for momentum spend,
Yeah.
which you have 2 momentum.
Yeah.
So you can spend 2 to shoot the gun out of his hand, or shoot the gun out of both of their hands.
But I already rerolled 1, right? I spent.
Oh,
one
you
to
did spend
reroll.
1 momentum. Well, I mean, there's more momentum on the table.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
So I'll do. Yeah.
So shoot the guns out of both of their hands. There's still 3 momentum on the table.
I don't know what the average damage of creatures or health of creatures are in this game.
About the same as your stress if they're a normal person, but these are extras, so not much.
So 8, 10.
All right. So
I'll do like 1 extra damage.
okay, and that was how much damage total for you?
5, I think.
Okay, so you are going to raise your gun as they reach for theirs, and you're going to shoot the one on your right square in his chest, and he's going to fly backwards. And as he does so, you'll see that the gun in his hand evaporates as Vareth's phaser blast dematerializes both of their pistols. The blast from his gun firing them both back into the wall. The cowboy on the left hits the wall and goes down on his side, going, "Oh! Oh, that smarts!" The other one isn't even conscious. And there in the chair, Young looks up at you. Pretty good against holograms. They can't really hurt you. And that scoot is him stepping up out of his chair. You hear his spurs on the ground.
You're supposed to be dead.
Funny. I get that a lot. And I'm going to spend a point of threat to make an attack on you before you can do anything.
On both of us, or just...
Can we spend momentum to undo that, I think?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we can, but I think that's more fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
Let him.
I'm going to spend a point of momentum to gain an extra die.
Another
And
threat?
Yeah,
probably, yeah, I'm going to spend I spend
Yeah.
threat as momentum. And I am going to...
So you spent 2 in
Yeah.
this action, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be 2 total.
Yeah.
So he is going to run up and is going to attempt to attack you because you're the senior officer and you're not wearing... You're a science officer. Yeah, whatever. You. Because you obviously did more tactical damage there. Okay, so... Good.
Did you get...
I got 5 successes.
Shit.
Ooh.
I think that hits.
Holy shit.
Shit. Holy
So-
shit.
If you
So-
can't,
Ship. Holy ship.
if you can't reduce that, then you're taking injuries.
So how do we reduce that?
So you can spend 1 momentum to avoid damage or avoid injury.
Okay.
So you will suffer a complication instead.
Okay.
Use that momentum.
So he runs up to you, and you've seen a lot of martial arts through your time. What are you doing over here? Are you at the door, or are you just hanging out and smoking?
I'm just smoking.
Okay. Are you going to hang out at the door and smoke and watch?
In case anybody like makes a run for it,
Oh.
then I'll take care of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm out, yeah.
All right. So
Or-
he
or runs
rushes
in.
toward you, reaches for his sidearm, and as your eyes flick down, the lines of his hip draw down, and you realize it's like you're looking at his leg being drawn up at you. It's this smooth motion that you've seen in... Strange, you've seen this in old documentaries about this country called Siam or Thailand. And a flying knee goes up to your head. You reflexively bring your arms up and find yourself thrown to the ground. And so you are going to be prone. He runs up and basically like Thai kicks you in the like Muay Thai knees you in the side of the face. You're going to bring up and it's going to knock you to the ground.
Okay.
And it's your turn. You're going to try to tase him?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and make me an attack.
Don't phase me, bro.
Don't phase. Would you like to spend your momentum?
I'd like to buy some...
Okay, spend that 1 momentum too, though. So put one threat in and get rid of your momentum.
Okay.
I think you're not supposed to be able to buy threat unless you're out of momentum.
okay.
Oh, that
But
makes
then I'll
so-
spend it real quick and you'll get more.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to spend that momentum and then buy
Buy
2
one,
threat.
so you get 2 extra
Or-
dice.
so I get
Oh,
2
okay,
extra
yeah.
Avoid injury once
Um,
Oh, okay. Cool.
Alright, so
What kind of injuries are there?
Well,
that's
Um,
and then reroll that one. Okay, so that's 3 successes and a complication.
3 successes and a complication.
Yes.
All right.
That's right.
Oh, he can choose to buy
Oh,
to
right,
use that
right.
for a complication.
Yeah, I will take the 2 more threat. All right. So you're going to reach up and phase him, not tase him. You're going to phase him with the stun setting on.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and make me the damage roll. So you got 3
may I borrow
successes?
one of those dice? Yes, I did.
You only needed 1.
Okay.
I believe. Oh, actually, you know what? 1 sec. Combat character, single action. I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right because it's been a while since I've actually. The attacker attempts attacks. Oh, I'm sorry. So, David, it's an opposed roll always.
Okay.
So if it's it's an opposed roll.
So then the 2 guys would have had supposed rolls too, right?
Yeah, well, they're extras. Okay. So basically, you'll get a daring plus security roll to dodge that hit if you want to make it, or you can just have taken it and.
Well, I'm supposed to roll anyway, so.
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, so ranged attacks are not opposed. That because you can't really do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why cover's important. But yeah, go ahead and give me a roll and
1.
1. Okay, so take 1 threat off of the pile. Cool. Actually, I took a bunch of threat for that, didn't I?
I don't remember now.
whatever.
Whatever. It's
Wait,
fine.
yeah.
Too late now.
That's fine. Okay,
For
so
next time.
so you're gonna phase. He gets no defense from that. So how much damage did you roll?
May I borrow a dice,
Yeah.
please?
I
Oh,
think-
I already
We
did.
have one.
And then, can I still use the intent setting on my phaser?
Yeah, if you spend your minor action doing that, you didn't move. So
So that's 3 effects and 3 damage.
okay, so that's 6 damage right off
So
the
that's
bat,
6 damage right off the bat, and then let's do 2 of those effects for extra damage,
and then 1 for stun.
and 1 for
probably?
stunned.
Okay,
Nice.
so he cranks Vareth in the side of the face, and then turns to you, and before he can complete the motion of his hip, and he's going to collapse to the ground.
Yep.
And out in the center, you will hear over your comms, security controls disengaged.
End program.
Thud. Fall on
And-
the ground.
It'll just be the holodeck again. You can see that he's collapsed on the ground, twitching. The combination of that stun and the drugs in his system were enough to just put him out.
Nice.
Oh, goodness. I'll run over, still in muscle.
Sure.
I'll slowly get up. There's a bit of like green blood on the corner of my lip.
Transport to sick bay.
This is Dr. Mark.
We've got an incoming patient.
Oh, great.
You'll love him.
I think I already have.
Yeah, you have.
He teleports out. Where do you go?
I should go help Dr. Mark. I'll run out, forgetting that I'm still wearing a full bustle.
Well, once you're out of the...
Does it go away?
Well, yeah, because it's part of the hologram.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if it was a
And
thing.
like, unless you actually replicate it
Well, that's what
and
we
bring
said.
it on,
Yeah. If you like
Oh,
jump,
wait, I
in,
guess
jump in
it's-
water and you get wet,
you're
It'll go
still
away?
wet.
you're supposed to go away. There's different episodes
Yeah.
do different
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
Okay, so let's
I
say
just
that...
like the idea of her
okay,
still
so
wet.
let's say that the outfits don't go away. Because that's fun.
Because that's
All right.
fantastic. Okay. I will run to the
I'll contact the captain and let her know that we've apprehended the person.
I'll join you in sick bay.
Are you okay? You sound a little mumbly.
Everything is under control, Captain.
As Jizo walks past you, you should probably come to the sick bay as well. get that patched up.
We have more pressing matters.
But yeah, that pressing matter is in sickbay right now.
I'll ask the captain how our situation is with the...
We're still drifting. It's going to be like this for a little while. I'm going to do an update with engineering.
Understood.
Hello. It's engineering here. We're having some strange fluctuations with the power. I don't know if you noticed during your little vacation, but the power starts to fluctuate into. I managed to keep it away from affecting the life support, but we're still drifting.
Do you want me to come down and give you a hand?
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Fantastic, I'll be right there, and she'll run down to engineering.
All right, where do you go, Fallon?
Geez, I might want to change.
Yeah. Probably get back in my Starfleet duds and then head back up to my post on the bridge.
All right, so you change back into your Starfleet dud, shrugging off the light. You two are going to the med bay?
I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the science part. Where
They're adjacent, because that makes life easier for everybody.
And it's a science ship.
I'm gonna check up on how long has it been since I started the scan on the badge.
It's been about 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut to Fallon because he's been kind of... There we go. That was perfect. As the doors to the bridge will open. Graves, good. How's everything going?
Oh, it's been a mess, but we're mopping it up.
You caught him?
Yeah, he's in sickbay right now.
How's Gray?
Haven't checked on him recently. Just a second. I'll tap my comm badge.
Hello? Yes, sir?
How are you doing?
Fine, sir. I've had worse beatings before. This punk ain't gonna take it out on me.
When do you think you're gonna get out of there?
As soon as I have another check over by Miss Benedict.
So, I'll say tomorrow then. See you at your regular scheduled post.
Yeah, that's the goal, sir. I mean, Gray out.
Yeah, good luck with that.
All right. Now, as you're on the bridge, what do you do at your station normally?
Just probably monitoring any issues throughout the ship.
As you're looking at some issues, you're just trying to check. Most of the systems are down. Why don't you go ahead and make me an insight or reason, depending on how you're going about this, and either engineering or security, depending on what you're looking at specifically.
Probably review security logs to see if any problems have arisen since the incident.
All right.
Two.
Two successes. Fantastic. You can add one momentum to the pile. So as you're looking around, you can see that it's a bunch of strange things. Little security locks being disengaged. Like annoying things like some of the larger scale replicators that are used for like equipment have been used. They're normally on lockdown for engineering. Or some restricted corridors looks like they've been opened. You return one threat to the pool. And then a lot of the security locks on some of the heavier tech equipment, and it actually looks like one of the runabouts has been turned on. What's going on there, Fallon? You hear a familiar voice you haven't heard in years. You gotta watch out. You got a little bit of an unlock in the transporter room. You know bad stuff can happen there. And pointing over your shoulder is your brother. The one who died when you were 16 in that transporter accident. And then that's to commercial. Then we come back. He turns and smiles at you. What's wrong? It looks like you've seen a ghost.
Maybe? What are you doing here?
Apparently your job, buddy. What happened to all your hair?
You caused it to fall out.
I did. Don't ever forget it. Come on, twerp. Here, let me show you how to do a security scan the right way. And he'll run you through the system. Looks like somebody tried to take a runabout for a spin. You want to go do that later? Pick up some chicks and some beers and go scope out the cosmos?
Dude, you were 12. What the hell are you doing here? You can't be here.
You didn't write down he was 12.
Damn it!
Well, I said 16 and younger brother.
So when Fallon was 16.
Yes.
All right. This scene should be rewritten.
No, this is fine. This still works.
He's
So-
aged.
Yeah,
after he died.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was drinking beer. He's probably way above
You
his
know what?
age. He
So-
was the rebel. I was
he's-
the...
looking very much like
Yeah.
Chris Pine then. Fine. Wow. Don't you still, I mean, you still,
Pull out my scanner.
you're getting a strange reading off of it. Why don't you go ahead and give me a reason or insight, because I still am figuring out the difference between those. And,
Insight's probably like sensories. That's like perception. Reason's probably logic.
Yeah.
okay, give me insight and medicine or science, depending on how you're going about it.
Would you like to spend?
No. Oh, didn't have to. 2.
2?
Yeah.
So you're going to need 2, so it's not going to give you any more momentum. But as you scan and you can see that there's something strange. It's like there's a life reading coming off of him, but it's vague. It's like proto-life matter. It looks like it's phasing in and out of reality as you scan it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get back to work. You can buy me a beer later, he says as you scan him. And in front of you, he'll fade out of existence. Gotta get a status report, Graves? You hear from the captain's chair.
Aye, Captain.
How are we doing security-wise?
Seems like somebody tried to borrow the runabout. I'm kind of concerned about that. I'm going to send a couple of my best down there to investigate right away.
Oh, thank you.
That sounds good.
Just noticed.
You doing okay?
No, Captain. I think I need a couple minutes. Go splash some water in my face or something.
You need to go to medbay. Go to medbay. You're relieved.
And I'll head to the med bay.
All right. So down in who wants it? You two in sick and med, or pardon me, in science and med, or Jizra. I'm gonna give it to Jizra right now.
All right.
And then I'll be back to you.
And she had changed.
She's not wearing a buffalo.
She's not wearing a hoop skirt and a corset anymore.
So, where were you headed?
Engineering to help Zyles.
So, you head down to engineering, and you can see Zyles' legs. Zyles' legs sticking out of one of the main consoles of the power core.
Hey, Zyles. What do you need?
Can you hand me that spanner?
Yeah, sure.
No, the 10 millimeter.
Of course, it's 10 millimeter.
Yeah, well, you never know. A couple of years ago, some Cardassians tried convincing everybody to go Imperial. Of course, they want to go Imperial.
Yeah, that sounds like Cardassians.
Imperialist ridgeheads.
Ugh.
This one's not going to work. Do you have a 9 millimeter up there? As you're looking around, no, and then a hand covered in spots, trill speckles like yours, is going to hand you a spanner. And as you look up, your father's looking down at you. Jizra, he says.
No.
What are you doing? In that silly get-up.
You're not here. I
Of
have a
course
job
I'm
to do.
here. Get to work.
She will give it to Xiles.
And as you reach down, your father's going to clamp his hands on your wrist. Your job isn't in Starfleet. Your job's to go back to the university and finish your damn degrees.
My job is here.
How dare you raise your voice at me, young lady? My God. Do you know how many children we have had? In one form or another, I have had 28 children, and by now, or by far, you are being the most disobedient of all of them.
There's a reason that I left Trill.
You ran
You're
away.
one of them.
The reason is, you're a coward.
You knew I was the only one of your children that even had the remotest chance of being joined.
And you gave it away for what? A jumpsuit?
I gave it away for my own life.
And what of the life that you could have had? You're pathetic.
No. No. This life is better.
Hello? 9mm! And your father is gone.
Is the 9mm Spanish still there?
Yeah.
Okay. She will hand it down to Xiles.
The hell were you talking to?
I think I need to report to sickbay. Actually.
Great, no, fine, I'll do it myself. All right, you'll start walking to sick bay. Then we're going to go to science bay. So in the science bay, what are you doing?
Try to get a reading off of
Sorry, in the science bay.
whatever the scanners has picked up from the badge.
Well, let's find out what the computer rolled. No, actually, the computer rolled fairly well overall.
22 hours.
So you can ask me 2 questions about the badge.
Okay.
Some material has been discovered.
They have to be yes, no.
No, it could be short answers.
Okay. What?
Is it a sign too?
Well, it was tampered with, right? So I was going to ask, what race of technology does the tampering seem to look like?
Technology involved in the self-destruct sequence appears to be a Federation or Federation adjacent in origin. No external tampering appears to be evident. Destruction appears to be part of the main of the intended structure of the badge.
Interesting.
Not a bug, it's a feature. You got the sassy computer now too. I've decided that it's occasionally going to say sassy things.
I love that.
Any suggestions?
For out of character, anybody wants to?
Maybe. When was this badge assigned to the person it was with?
Yeah. I'll ask date of origin of the badge's construction.
Logged in Earth years, 2391.
Was that last year? 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. That was well after he died.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Further
Right.
information forthcoming. Lasers.
Lasers.
Freaking lasers.
Did you
Right.
find anything? Shirev's hand.
I look over my shoulder.
Shirev puts a hand on your shoulder. You look tense. I was hoping we could talk.
You're supposed to be on whatever moon.
You're supposed to be back on the moon. On that moon.
Yeah.
Do you think I could? Do you think I could stay away?
Yeah, it was TS4.
Stay away from
You, my friend. I was hoping that we could discuss this. I know that there's been some bad blood between us, and I'm
gonna be like, as he's talking, I'm gonna be running from station to station, trying to like do work as he's talking.
Vareth, I came all this way. Please talk to me.
It makes no logical sense that you are here.
Not everything is logic. Sometimes we have to fall back on what is best in the long term. Logic is far-reaching. And friendship is the logical option.
So mid-step, as much as frustration Vulcan will let off, he's going to look Sheriff in the eye and ask, was it logic for you to betray me? Was it logical for you to betray me?
I do not consider it a betrayal, but I can understand how you would have interpreted it that way. I never intended for that interpretation to come to light. Your friendship is very important to me. I hope you can understand that being there to support my father in his work was important to me. It allowed me to continue on my mother's legacy. I wish it had been different.
He's gonna look, give him like a really intense look, but then he's going to tap his comm badge. Computer, how many life forms are in the science station?
Scanning. Complicated results. 1.2, 1.9, 2, 1.1, 1.4, 1.8, 2, 1, 1.2, 1.9, 1.3, 1.6, 2.
Thank you, computer. And he's gonna give that like frustrated look again into the eye of Shirev.
You don't have to forgive me, but you deserve to know that you matter. And that I feel regret.
We both have our paths now. I believe we are where we belong.
Should that ever change, and he will, as you watch him, he will fade out of existence. Ghostly, spectrally, until you're standing alone in a room. Next door, as you strap him down into the container.
There we have Elias, Gray, and Mark.
Yeah. So Mark is tooling around. Gray looks up. Do you still need me here?
I'll go give him once over. Assuming he's fine.
You still need me here?
I assume because he had like a bloody lip and a black eye, right?
Yeah.
I'll take a look. Assume we don't do stitches anymore. It's just like
It's like auto healing thing.
Yeah.
It's like a light that heals
Yeah,
you.
you're
Yeah, so he's probably fine.
You're probably fine. And as you turn around, you hear "Heads up!" And can I get you to just roll me a die? You could actually two. It's 2d20. Was that a badge?
13 and a 10.
A 10? I think that's enough. You will reflexively raise your hands to cover your face, and as you do, Something, it's vaguely triangle shaped, lands in your hand. It's a bundle with twigs wrapped inside of it. No, flowers. And looking down, you've caught a bouquet. And looking up, you can see that over at the medical station there by those beds outside of the containment room, you can see your father and stepmother smiling at you. Look who it is next, your father says. Your denobulan stepmother beams at you. You're going to have a lot of husbands coming your way, and maybe a couple of wives if we're lucky.
Dad! Aelin! I'll go hug them.
They will hug you back.
Wait, what are you doing here?
We wanted to see you. We wanted to see your first command.
Oh, goodness. I appreciate it, but how did you get here?
What are you talking about, honey? We've always been here, your dad says. And you'll hear the door hiss open behind you. And that will be when Fallon walks through the door. And as soon as Fallon walks through the door, you will see her talking to herself on the other end of the room. Looking like, huh? And you'll hear, Frederick? Frederick? I can't reach the water. Over at the bed nearest to you, you see a grizzled old woman. Not grizzled, faded. Like her bones are evaporating out from underneath her skin, so frail that a stiff breeze could rip the parchment of her flesh. Frederick! Find the boys. I want to speak to them about what they did to Mr. Johansson's window. They're always playing with those cursed baseballs. Frederick! As you turn around, you'll see that Fallon is basically stopped in the door and is staring at that empty first bed.
The Commander Graves?
Frederick!
Um,
Put another threat in the pool, please. Or, spend one back.
I think I need a checkup. I'm seeing things.
Don't forget me. And she will fade out of existence. Your parents are gone. The bouquet as well.
I think I am too. Just take a bed. I'll be right there.
Do you go take a bed?
Is Dr. Mark still up and about?
He's kind of just standing there, kind of like looking off into space.
I'll probably go directly to him. And
Hi, how can I help you?
I seem to be suffering some sort of hallucinations or something.
It's like holds a pen light in your eye. Pupillary response is good. Tell me if this hurts. Clank you in the side of the throat.
No, you'd have to probably go a little harder than that.
Clank!
A little harder.
Judo chop! All right, well, how about this then? He'll pull out a long pin. Hand, please. Poke.
Yeah, I feel that.
All right, well, your sensory organs are working well. Let's do this old school then. He'll reach into his pocket and pull out a small cup with a label on it that says Fallon Graves. There's a cubicle restroom over there. Fill it up to the line if you don't mind.
Will do.
And as you are just like basically trying to get your bearings, the door will open again and Jezreel will walk in.
Lizzie.
Lieutenant TX.
Pyax.
Pyax? Oh, I have it written wrong.
Yeah. P-A-A-I-X.
She doesn't look good.
Are you alright?
And actually a couple of people will stumble in behind her.
I don't really know what's happening.
It hurts.
I'm seeing things.
Take a bed. Ensign, are you okay?
She looks up into your eyes and you can see the pale milky white You've seen this before. It starts off with a whitening of the irises, then spread through the flesh. The veins become visible even through the darkest skin tone, and eventually the plague, it rips through you, this virus. This is what would have killed the Grabzeppelin, the ship you served on, had you not taken command. It's back.
Ensign, take a bed. Dr. Mark, lock down sickbay.
Locking down, and as he says that, Vareth is going to walk into the room, just as the doors will shut behind him. So you walk in, you're like, what?
What did I name the ship again? Grave something.
The Graft Zeppelin. It's like the Kraft Zeppelin, but different.
Yeah. Yeah, Graf Zeppelin.
Lieutenant
What do we do?
Benedicts.
Commander,
Report.
I believe we have an illness. I've seen this before. The ensign here is ill. I'm gonna have Dr. Mark look up my cure from my notes.
I look over. Do I see? Wait, the ensign that you're pointing at is.
You. She's not an ensign.
Yeah.
She's just on a bed. But as you look over, you can see that there's a woman lying on the bed that she gestures. She's swollen with child.
I recognize her.
Yes, you do.
I'll walk up to her slowly.
It looks like she's taken severe damage, like she's been crushed by falling debris or barely alive. She looks up at you with shaky hands. Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you save us?
I'll take her hand and I'll pensively I'll just say, very quietly under my breath, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Just put another threat into the pool, please. Just remove a threat. There we go. So you are going to you're going to overhear that line from the next bed. He's standing over an empty bed looking down. And while you're there, you are going to see Fallon Graves, security chief, step out of the back room with a cup full of fluid. And as you step out, you're going to see the tribunal in front of you. You were court-martialed, right? You lost your command?
No, I was stripped after the war because they didn't need me.
Oh, that's fair. So you'll see the council in front of you, the committee with one ranking officer. Graves, I've got some bad news. And some good news. We've heard a report from back home. Your family could definitely use you.
I'm still in the med bay, right?
Yeah, you are. I want to make sure there's no hard feelings here. You're going to be dismissed of your command. Consider it a stress leave. If you'd like to reapply later, that would be fine. But right now, the war is over. We need civilians.
Sir?
You hear me? The war is over.
Yes, sir.
Go be a civilian. The war's done. And as he says that, all of you will be shaken. Go ahead and put 2 more threat back into the pile. And you will be shaken as the entire ship lurches from side to side. This is the best thing ever.
It's so good.
Get the mic out of frame.
And how they did the actual effects.
True story.
Except for one movie when they actually built like motors under the floor.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so
They
dumb.
didn't
It's
do
more
that.
fun the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ship is shaking. You, Lizzie, are going to feel a hand grasp yours, and sitting in a wheelchair next to you, a thin, frail hand, your mother's. Her hair is gone, her eyebrows, everything. Whatever cancer this was, even Starfleet Medical couldn't heal it in time, and she pats you with the other hand.
Instantly in tears, just falling.
I believe in you. Do great things. And you can go ahead and put one more threat back in the pile. And suddenly the entire ship is shaking, and you can feel the heat as one of the side walls of the medical bay explodes inwards. Dr. Mark vanishes, and the room is covered in debris. All of the phantasmal shapes will fade out of view or just vanish as the explosion rips through them. And out you can see the void of space on the other side where the hull has been ripped through. The shielding being the only thing that holds anything in as it recovers. You can feel a moment as you're sucked forward off of your feet and are pulled to the ground. You look at the gaping hole of space and you remember this. And suddenly that shape, that curved metallic claw that was Nero's ship, pulls into view in that gap. What do you all do?
We're all seeing this?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's just going to scream.
Back up to the door that you've locked and see if I can do a command override on it.
The door is locked. Everything is locked.
Yeah, she's going to scream and freeze.
And then over behind you, what do? What does Lizzie do?
I'm gonna run to the door. We need to get everyone out of here.
You're slamming on the door. What is Fallon doing, looking around?
Probably like dropping the
drop-
sample to the ground.
What do you do?
Oh boy.
Hit the comm badge and say shields up.
As you
Red
see
alert.
the claw of the ship turns toward you, and that central cannon, that mining laser, turns toward you, and then back, and then you hear computer freeze program. From over at the bed, Young sits up. What is that? He points out the window, and you can see he's pointing directly at Nero's ship. What is that? What is that?
The Narada.
That's impossible.
It is.
The Narada was destroyed almost 100 years ago. What day is it?
What day is it? What's the start it?
70529.6.
70429.6.
Then how the hell is that in your memory?
Because my last ship was lost to her. My ship, the Arizona, was destroyed by by Nero. You died in that battle.
What? I wasn't even born when that battle happened.
Lieutenant Elias Young?
I'll say, computer, please detail the death reports of...
The computer will list out the death reports and I'll look up. No, that battle never happened. Nero's ship was destroyed by the Enterprise. It destroyed the USS Keldon, and then, 25 years later, the Enterprise destroyed it. It was there when Vulcan was collapsed.
Vulcan?
Yeah, Vulcan. You know, the planet where they used to be from?
You mean where he is from?
Fine, if you want to get technical, sure.
Vulcan still exists.
What?
Vulcan still exists. The Narada was not 100 years ago.
The Dorado was 100 years ago. It came, I guess, 60, 70 years ago.
It was 6 years ago. Ooh.
Oh God, he rolled really bad. I'm gonna. Oh, I don't have any more threat. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Does he look like he doesn't believe us?
Would you like to make me a insight
I
plus?
just want to ask if I can make it.
Yes, yes. You both may choose who the primary actor. So that's gonna be insight plus. Control command.
I'm not gonna look up numbers.
Oh,
So
then
it's-
you go. And
It's
I'll
insight plus
That's
command.
fine. I was gonna say take the.
Oh,
Take it.
okay.
Would you like to spend your?
Yes. Yeah.
You might as well.
Should we be using the scientific method? Page 157.
Is that what you? I don't think you do that to dissect people, do you?
Well, 2,
Actually,
3.
it's scientific method to try to figure out like what the hell's going on.
Oh yeah. Okay. So how does that work?
No.
Well, according to this, you have to observe something, make a difficulty 0 test with appropriate discipline, or 1 if bizarre phenomena, which this probably is. Character with high skill level and discipline becomes research lead. Then hypothesize. Players throw out ideas on what might be happening while trying to fit them into focuses
It's
for.
Okay. I don't think. I think we're going to use that for in future games.
Okay.
I think for right now, no. But that's
It's
a cool. That actually does explain how you can do Star Trek plots. Basically, you're
Yeah.
like, well, maybe if we recalibrate the dilithium thrusters inside of Thanos' butt, we can. Oh, it is a mess, Amy.
I got 3.
You got 3 successes.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look up what one of my talents does because I can't quite remember. I think it just gives me bonuses, but
What?
it's under
Pages.
talents. I can't remember what page that's on though.
Yeah.
Jizra is still just like staring at the image of the Narada.
He'll notice that at least. Computer, terminate program, and you'll be back in the
Diffused
holodeck.
attention.
Oh, 70 years ago. Oh no, 170 years ago.
Shit, it's on.
23, yeah, 170 or 160 years ago. Sorry, my math was off.
Go search, go.
No.
Bugger.
That
It
was
diffused.
With an S. No.
the
Yeah, it's
Narada
shiny.
showed up and destroyed the USS Kelvin 160 years ago.
Yeah, so sorry, we got 3 successes to tell if he just doesn't believe us.
He is very confused,
Okay.
but you can tell he wholeheartedly believes what he's saying.
Okay.
Is it a good chance for me to use my mouth?
Well, I think we
Mind
gotta
meld has to
bring
be
down.
like generally consensual. Like you can't
You
like just
can.
go up to beat. You can, but
Yeah, but it's a two-way communication, so he
Yeah.
would also
So you
see
could
my
offer.
memories. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Should I
So
offer?
I think whatever's good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
oh, sorry, hey, Michael.
Mhm.
In the Prime timeline, is anything ever mentioned of the Kelvin?
It was just a ship.
Is
Kelly,
it just a ship?
can you look up the talents
Yeah, I don't
page?
think anything was really.
Yeah,
like-
we're trying to find.
Yeah,
Diffuse
I
the
don't.
tension. It's a command
Yeah,
talent.
I think
Absolutely.
Like it was all like in the alternate universe.
Yeah.
I can't Google it.
Like I'd assume it would be a ship in the Prime universe, but just never want
What
to know.
page is it?
Possible
talents.
Maybe, I don't know.
Continuing
I'm gonna do a quick search.
Yeah. Because I
No,
don't think
diffuse
I've
the
ever
tension.
heard anyone
Yeah.
say
Whenever you
it's
attempt a
like
task to
Prime
persuade
universe,
someone not
it's
to
a
resort to
thing.
violence, you may add a bonus d20.
Oh, okay, that's all it does. Okay.
That's
What
pretty
page
good.
was that?
Oh, it was 136.
I'm just looking up USS Kelvin history real quick.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna Lieutenant Young,
Commander, but
Commander, I'm so sorry, Commander Young, can we just sit down and talk about this? You don't need to use our memories. We can figure this out together. I
I
promise.
wasn't doing that.
Who was?
The holodeck.
You don't need to use the holodeck.
Well, fair enough. It had an interesting interface. Technology I haven't seen before.
Can we go get some tea and talk?
Do you want to stay here?
Sure.
All right. Then I guess make yourself make yourself more comfortable.
Computer, bring up Aylin's sitting room.
All right, 1 sec. I actually have that.
Hooray!
Not Wizard's Tower, you say? Okay. Sitting room?
Yeah,
All right. Stables, Waterdeep's secret garden?
sure. Aylin's garden.
No, the sitting room's in the garden. It's a
There you
patio.
go. Oh, there you go. Sitting back room.
The area around you will be this beautiful solarium that looks out over a Denebulan garden. Bird-like creatures of all shapes will fly around and land. And there will be some piping hot tea on the table.
4 cups.
It's been really replicated there.
Perfect. Commander, sit.
He'll sit down and...
What do you last remember?
Waking up in medbay. But before that, I was on the Kitty Hawk. We were overrun by the Soon.
How many were there?
At least 20. Enough to basically flatten our resistance.
Resistance? I assume I know nothing.
About 40 years ago, a man named Soon developed a series of androids.
Mm-hmm.
3 at first, but one of them self-replicated after Soon was killed. Started building its own colony. Took about 5 years. Which would have been fine if that colony hadn't been in the Delta Quadrant. I'm assuming you have enough Starfleet knowledge to know about the Borg? Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this is after the whole board thing.
Okay, yes. No, I'm aware of them.
The Soon androids were immune to the Borg, but it doesn't mean they weren't influenced by them. So they started spreading. They became their own little contingent, allied themselves with something called the Dominion, and then it all went to hell real quick. They were able to theorize how to do, I don't want to bore you with the physics, but how to create temporary wormholes. They could be anywhere in the quadrant, any when, immediately. So they started hijacking ships. We fought back. It didn't go well. Has that not happened here yet? Where am I? This looks like, from what I could gather from the star charts, Beta Quadrant.
Yeah, I'll give him the exact location where we are.
What do you mean Vulcan's still there?
The planet is still there.
No, it was collapsed by a dose of red matter by the Narada led by a Romulan named Nero.
I'm familiar with Nero and the Narada.
I had something in my backstory about like looking into things like wormholes and alternate dimensions and shit like that. ship like that?
You know what? As the further you get in Star Trek's timeline, the more that kind of stuff becomes commonplace.
Okay.
Like, there is a time travel protocol in Starfleet where
Yeah.
they're like, if you ever time travel, just don't touch anything.
Yeah.
And then there's
back out.
In Voyager, there's like a time police.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
temporal agents.
Yeah.
Okay.
And alternate realities, because there is the Terran reality where it's like evil Earth.
Right, yes.
And that's actually like a
the
thing.
dimension, yeah. Yeah,
Because
the mirror universe.
In Deep Space Nine, they go to the mirror universe, and the mirror universe has rules about interacting with the main universe.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it goes both ways.
TOS as well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in all of them they have.
Oh, really?
that,
In TOS, even after that, they did?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
Because that's what's.
I knew that was the
let them-
first one.
That's how they knew about them.
So yes, then there are alternate realities.
Okay.
Verith will contact the computer and tell it to feed astronomics, basically information to the holodeck and generate Vulcan in current time.
It's 2973. Or
This
2379.
is happening currently.
2393.
You mentioned the Nevada came 140 years ago?
160.
160 years ago.
Yeah.
We're the Kitty Hawk, that was a Starfleet ship. A resistance ship?
Just Starfleet military.
Okay.
Standard issue. It was,
the Soon, when they created wormholes, anything could go through it?
they brought their own ships.
But it wasn't the ship that was the wormhole, it was a wormhole that they could go through with any ship.
The Kitty Hawk was testing out a couple of new propulsion drives. We were trying to match what the Soon could do.
I wonder if you went a little far.
It's... Vulcan's still here.
Yeah.
Nevada was only 6
You
years
ever heard of a
ago.
guy named Spock?
You mentioned Nero. Spock and Nero disappeared 6 years ago?
Spock's still around. He's the one who helped design the Hyperion drive we used.
About 6 years ago?
What? No, he was
That would have been like 160 years ago.
Oh, okay. Got
he
it.
was around. I saw him personally less than 4 months ago.
Hmm.
He's old, but he's still alive. He disappeared.
6 years ago, Spock, I'll tell him all about the red matter that he took to save Romulus.
Red matter.
Yeah.
What was used in the ship?
Well, it looks like I'm. I'm sorry for any trouble I caused. I wasn't sure where I was. They have a way of getting into your head.
Trauma will have that effect. We understand.
I know it's probably not. Probably a little impolite to ask. But can you all do me a favor?
Of course.
I think I might be looking for a new command,
We'll talk to the captain.
and we can cut scene there with going to the ready room.
Boop.
Nope. Boop. Nope. Boop. Up. I don't know what I'm resizing, but I'm resizing something.
It's the blue on the outside edge. I don't even know if you can.
Oh.
There you go.
I see. Wow, I made this huge to get
really
to the
did.
dog.
Yeah,
didn't I?
well, yeah, it was so you could zoom in and see Charlie.
I mean, that's generally that's in character, so it's fine.
You need like half that size.
There we go.
There you go,
Just
lock it
like
in.
this, and then I'll go. Woo!
Perfect.
All right. So you're in the ready room with, basically. So I need you to pick this camera. it's like, I need you to do me a favor. And then it cuts to your face, we'll talk to the captain. And then it immediately just goes to, oh, you know what? I will show you. It immediately goes to this face. As the captain looks at you.
Arms crossed.
Okay. One more time from the top.
It would appear that the Kitty Hawk came through a wormhole with experimental technology, possibly created by Commander Spock, but in an alternate universe.
And he's from an alternate universe.
Yes. Conveniently, his other in this universe died a few years ago, so he is the only one.
And the Kitty Hawk was destroyed.
Yeah. But at least we know where the Soon androids came from.
What was your specialty on your other ship? Military intelligence. I was a tactics officer. Graves, do you have any room for a tactics officer? Oh wait, sorry, we're not in this garden anymore.
It's so soothing now.
It's serene.
I have Starship. There we go. Oh, that's red alert. Fanfare.
Please no.
There we go. Bridge.
Gray's always open to another play date. I could ask him if he can accommodate.
All right. Does that sound good to you? Actually, I was more of a command myself, but if you need the extra manpower, I can bring some of it. All right. Do we have anything in command? Vareth?
Do we?
I don't know.
Do we have any other science officers? Because you're like first and science officer, aren't you?
Yeah.
What other ship roles are there?
And I'll step down from medical officer.
He's not a medical officer.
No, I know he's not.
He's good at making sure you get more experience. Science track, ship, environment, homeworld, agriculture, upbringing, trills.
What is Deep Space Nine studying?
Deep Space Nine?
Oh, sorry,
12.
Deep Space 12.
I don't have that written down. Stuff.
Starship Dredge rolls.
Oh, yeah. Have you found them?
I'm looking on the right.
Thank you so much for using your tricorder to do that.
Communications officer. There's.
They don't really have a communications officer anymore.
The actress
No.
for the captain is, of course, Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because this is Space Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yep.
Spaceland 99.
Spaceland Nine-Nine.
Captain Holt is definitely a Vulcan.
Oh, he is
the Vulcan.
He is Ultima Vulcan.
Yeah.
And Jake is a Denobulan. They spend far too much time together.
Jake's a human. He's the most human that ever
He
human.
really-
Now, Charles is a...
Yeah.
No.
No, he's like Neelix from Voyager.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Jake is the classic. Let's stick more warp cores onto it and see how much faster we go.
Yeah, exactly.
If we put warp cores on
Humans are
our
the
warp
worst.
cores...
So you can warp core where you warp core.
so what other things are you finding there?
Tactical officers.
There's a tactical officer.
Oh yeah, that's Fallon, right?
I thought is that tactical? I thought that was
That's where I'm stationed.
Yeah, security is generally tactical.
Yeah.
okay.
That's like half of my jobs.
Yeah, they're the ones who like fire photon torpedoes and stuff.
Your flight controller.
Yeah, I'm helm.
He could be like an acting something.
Oh, we don't need an acting something.
Real one.
Yeah, like the acting something is like.
Well, look,
acting
if you
that.
see any more.
No, it could be acting anything. Like acting ensign is what Pressure was.
All right. Here's what's going to happen. I don't care what color you wore before. This time you're going to wear yellow until we find something better for you. we got to make sure you're trustworthy, and I want Graves to make sure that you get real comfy with some of his men. Play your cards right, maybe we'll have you in different colors. Or maybe we'll shove you out an airlock.
Captain, I don't believe that's...
Another attempt at humor, number 1. We understand each other? Understand each other just fine.
So the first run is at 0500 tomorrow morning. I expect you to be there with your running gear on.
Yes, sir.
I'll find you running gear.
That's a 50-pound pack.
I can figure that out.
Well, I guess I'll leave this to you, Vareth. Do you mind explaining that we found in this disturbance on... Oh, someone help them make up a story how we found this guy alive.
I'll make the report.
Don't be too logical with it.
I'll help.
That'll fix it.
Looking confused.
Subtle jab. Subtle jab.
She's very creative.
She gives you that look again. I just love being able to be like, da-da-da-da-da.
Especially with the coloring.
Yeah.
It's so good. All right, well, I think I'm overdue for some drinks. Helm, set a course for Deep Space 12. Let's get the hell out of here. Captain, it's still engineering. It's still gonna be another hour. Fine, first one to the replicators and exploded warp core. And that's going to fade out as you converge back over the ship, drifting in space. And then you'll see the lights go... And then we're going to get the credits coming up. And that's going to be this episode. Sweet.
Yay!
Yay. Did you guys like the weird twists there?
Yeah.
All
That
right.
was great.
Threw us for a loop with that green stuff.
What have we done?
I'm just trying to fix, because I cut Mike in half. And I don't want to cut Mike in half.
It's a magic trick.
It's a magic trick. Okay, so hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna do a little bit of looking up one rule real quick.
9-9.
9-9!
9-9. 17734.
17734. That's much.
Terry loves the yogurt.
Terry Young's.
Have you guys seen the new episodes?
How do I chant
No.
1, 2, 2? 1, 2, 2? 1, 2, 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, 1, 2,
How's
2.
Terry supposed to chant?
I don't know if you want spoilers.
Oh, they
No,
changed their.
No spoilers.
No.
All right. Okay.
No, it's one of the only shows that I care about spoilers
Yeah.
for. Is I don't want
Because
spoilers.
it's so
for
fun.
Yeah.
So let's see. What is it called? It's called Milestones. So I think I want to see what you guys got level wise. So one thing, sorry at the beginning of the game was a little rocky because we were getting into stuff. I think that we're getting better at this every time we do it for Star Trek. And I thought this one felt more Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
I made the holodeck mildly psychic.
So 139.
139?
Yeah.
So it's going to get more and more. I also will take more of a back seat so that I don't have to play as many NPCs.
That's
But I wanted to establish them, and now that we kind of have most of them established, except for the Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah, good day,
Switches back and forth.
Good day, mate.
Did you say beam up or beam out?
Did you say pump or did you say jump?
Oh, I am really happy that I was able to get some, the backstory for my character kind of sorted out for tonight, so that she actually had something going into this.
Right? I was glad that you had that, and I hope you guys like some of those like little memory glimpses. The thing is, those memories don't have to be canonical. Like they can be like weird dreamlike interpretations of your memories. You're like, my past didn't quite go like that, but in the moment, that's how it was interpreting itself again. Blame Christine for this plot. because we were driving today, and I'm like, oh man, I know what I want to do tonight, but I don't have the right idea. And I was like, okay, well, I want to like kill the engines, and I originally had this thing with an asteroid belt. I still might do in the future, but it's like a very U plot, and I've got a U plot coming up, Mike.
That's fair.
And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. And she's like, oh, so what's happening? I explained it, and she's like, oh, so they're dead in the water. And I'm like,
done.
A ghost story.
Although I do like the idea of doing a donut in a starship.
No, you're basically you did like a million of them because you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, but I want to be at the controls doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be drifting the starship.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Release the plasma.
So, normal milestones. Any main character that receives a normal milestone at the end of any adventure in which that main character was present and fulfills one of the following requirements. You challenged a value or directive during the mission. So directives are rules from above. Okay. You were injured by an attack to kill during the mission. You used at least one value or directive positively, or at least one value or directive negatively. Did any of you do any of this in the past 3 games? So I know you used your directive. So
At some point, or my determination.
Who was injured in the first game? Was it you?
Oh,
Or no.
I was. Oh no, wait.
No, it was.
No, I avoided it.
You avoided it?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you...
I think I transported in with after like a brawling thing during
Yeah.
gambling.
Yeah, that wasn't an intent to kill,
yeah,
though.
That was like minimal.
Okay, so you were injured by an attack to kill. What directives did we have? So, you know what? I'm going to give everyone a milestone just to let you have had one.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that it works is you choose 2 disciplines that you have on your sheet.
Okay.
One goes up, one goes down.
Oh.
To a maximum of 4. So 1 and 4 basically are the min and max.
Oh, one goes up, one goes down. Eh?
Yeah, you never really gain anything on your characters. You just get better at certain fields.
That's so weird.
It's different, right? So you choose to do one of the following. So you can do that. If you challenged a value, you can rewrite that value. If you can choose one of your character's focuses and replace it for another focus. So if it's like Krav Maga and you're like, actually, I'd rather have like Louisiana cooking. Try to make it thematic to what you learned, but you don't have to. Select a supporting character that was used during that adventure and apply one of the above options to them. So if, for example, you're like, you know what, Gray needs to learn Kung Fu. Or Gray needs to get his fitness needs to go up to 11.
Yes.
So then there are spotlight milestones. They occur when a single main character is particularly prominent and significant during an adventure. At the end of an adventure, the Game Master may award a single spotlight milestone, although the Game Master is not required to do so. 1 spotlight milestone for every 2 to 3 sessions is acceptable. I would like to award one. I should have awarded last session to Vareth for having his whole plot on the moon. And the way that works is... with a spotlight mission, you receive a single choice from the normal milestone list and a single from the following list. Choose 2 attributes, reduce 1 by 1 to a minimum of 7 and the other to a maximum of 11. Your attributes. Choose one of your talents and replace it for another talent. Select a supporting character and use one of the above options. Choose 2 of the ship's systems, reduce 1 by 1 and raise 1. Choose 2 of the ship's department, reduce 1 of those by 1 and raise 1. Or choose one of the ship's talents and replace it. So you get like ship control. So you can start customizing the curiosity to be more like the game. So that's pretty cool. So start thinking about this. We're not going to do this on camera because that's not very fun. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Star Trek. We're going to keep doing this until it gets weird, and then we'll do Star Wars or something maybe, just to do both sides of it. And a Jedi! Go to the Patreon, you will. Yes. Support the channel so we can have more cameras, you will. Yes.
A computer to support those cameras.
Yeah, well, I do. You know what? The laptop's pretty pricey, but yeah, I need a desktop.
We got a 9-9 in the chat.
9-9.
That's why I yelled it out randomly.
Can I get a 9-9?
9-9.
1, 2, 3.
9-9.
All right. Have a great time. Thanks for tuning in to Dork Tales. Go to support us and do stuff. Bye.
Do the things.
Bye.
And all right, 1 to beam off. Wait, no, 5 to beam off. And yeah, and oh no, we're having a power failure. Ah!